this thing on? Is my head cut off?
I don't think you can.
Is it New Year's at Stones?
It is.
It is. And
huge turnout.
It actually was. It was a normal turnout.
Well, okay, yeah.
Normal turnout for our last Sunday tournament. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Stones Live Poker. We are here for the final broadcast of the year.
The actual,
this is
right? And it'll take us and the first broadcast of the new year.
Probably. Well, I mean,
depending,
because it's not technically a new broadcast.
Oh, true.
Right.
The first broadcast moment.
But anyways, I appreciate all 2 of you that are here watching us. We're really here for you, the true fans.
2 people.
I don't know. I don't even have the count up. But we do have a fun last Sunday 30K guarantee final table for you. 154 total players, which I actually I went into today not totally sure what was going to happen with this player field. I was like, I don't know, maybe the new year was going to be really big, or it was going to be like not many people show up and we're going to have an overlay. I actually thought we might have an overlay.
Yeah,
but we beat the guarantee by a bunch. I was thinking that was going to be the case, and it wasn't, which is cool.
Yeah, you were saying like 120-ish, right? I think that's what you were.
120 would still cover. 120
aiming for.
120 would have been fine.
Even higher
but anyways, looks like we started a little bit late. There's already a hand in action. 9 players remaining out of 154. So why don't we just head down to the table and we'll kind of talk about the players as they end up in hands. What do you think?
Deal.
So it looks like Wally and J.A. Are getting into it here. Ace 8 of clubs, J.A. with the King Jack of clubs. Not sure if we have a board up yet. This may be pre-flop action, and we're gonna dive right into it. By the way, I love the overlay. One of our techs, Taylor, made this, and you can see down there on the bottom left, we do have a countdown to the new year, which is fun, and champagne toast coming up as well.
Yay.
So
drinking in the booth.
We are going to drink in the booth. And
that's the only reason
when they come and they try to get us in trouble for it, we're going to say that was last year. This is a new year.
I'm just doing it because Justin's doing it. So Wally shoves. It looks like a 4-bet shove, and the graphic is a little wonky. Only for the first hand though.
They got fixed, right?
Like, yeah, it's 170K shove.
There was actually, today was one of the days where, like, leading up to the stream, was like every single possible issue that we could run into, we ran into. And I have to give props to our tech team. They are fantastic, and they got it all figured out, and they got it all done. Hello, everyone in the chat room. ATC Dan, Studio, Mythical Man Legend. Appreciate you guys being here from Detroit, nonetheless.
From Detroit, so it's already the new year.
They already did. So the very first hand on the stream, we have it all in. Ace 8 of club versus Jack King of club, and I mean, obviously Ace 8 is a big favorite here, right?
4-bet shoving. Oh wait, no, it was a 3-bet shove. 3-bet shoving Ace.
And we got a bunch of spades. No one really looking for that.
Shove,
Ace is out in front still. Miracle card for JA would be a queen.
I mean, it's not too miracly. There are like technically, well, maybe like 3.
Miracly? Is Miracly there's a Miracly card right there. J.A. hitting the queen, and that's the very first. I'm glad we actually went down to the table, got it on the hand. First hand, Ace 8,
Wally's
King Jack, and
we didn't really get too much time.
Wally's out of there. See down on the scroll bar, he is getting $795.
He started with 170K, so he 4-bet shove 170K from the small blind
with Ace 8.
Yeah, blind on blind, Ace 8 suited. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good hand.
So first hand, yeah. So you can see there in seat 1, that's Jeff, 141K. Yuchi Han in seat 2 with 31K, just leveled up to 8th place.
He's having a great time.
Jose in seat 3, 455K. Looks like he is our chip lead. Oh, no, we have Armin over there in 9. Seat number 4, G-Man, 954K.
Yes.
G-Man is by far the chip leader. Les in seat 514. Of course, Wally is out of there. JA 323 plus 171, and maybe some blinds and annies he just picked up.
Yes.
Jimmy Donuts, fun name.
Yes.
146K in
Is it
seat
146 or 1.46?
I think it's 146. I don't think there's enough in play for him to have 1 point. Arman was 726. Those are our players, guys. Those are the chip counts, and first hand, boom, knockout. So I think it's going to be especially every hand we're going to lose a player.
Every hand. We'll be done.
We're going to be done before
so
the
much
new
for
year.
drinking in the booth.
We'll still sit here.
We'll just wait.
And wait. And
I actually overheard G-Man, the chip leader right now. He said this is the first time he's made a final table.
Also, there was actually 4 guys on the table that raised their hand and asked if they ever played on our Stones Live final table before. So we do have some fresh blood here bringing in the new year.
Stones rookies. Tahoe champ gets ace king. Pretty easy raise here. On like a middle position raise.
Hey, we're going up to 50K. We're at 8,000, 16,000 blinds right now.
So JA has ace jack and small blind. I mean, it's either a fold or a raise, I guess, if you believe Tahoe champ might be raising light, or maybe you have enough chips to push him off of a hand. I made the mistake of watching a little bit of this before, and now it's like, oh, I don't know how much.
So you're not going to be surprised?
Yeah. How much should I?
When the card comes, you just got to go.
Yeah. I knew the queen was coming, so I was like, it's boring.
I did too, not because I saw it, but because I saw him walking away. Sorry, Wally.
Yeah.
That's why Wally is now.
Happy New Year, Wally.
Here in the chat room now. Wally was excited to be on the final table because he was going to talk smack into our new microphones. He can hear the table really well. He's like, you got this guy on your table with the new microphones.
I guess the table just couldn't handle the smack, so they had
to get rid of him. Yeah, sad. It's very sad.
So Jay got himself into an interesting spot here. Although 320 to call seems like a reasonable.
So how much did he put in previously? And he only has
it was
a
50K.
stack.
He made it. Oh wow.
No, he should have more than that.
Raised,
I think.
So he raised
when the
like
graphics got messed up on that first hand because he has Wally's stack now too, so he should have close to 500K total.
Yeah, so he made it like 160.
Oh, so that's about right then.
Yeah.
Then he has 385 left behind. That's about right.
And so I think you could probably fold this. 320K is a lot. Like you're not exactly.
It's ace jack.
Priced in. Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
they don't call it the parking lot hand for no reason, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a perfectly reasonable 3-bet and fold. I mean, that's the weird part about ace jack. I think most people from the small blind with ace jack are raise folding.
Yeah. Bacon is in the house.
Bacon,
the man, the myth, the legend, and we have a mythical man legend in the chat room as well.
No one is chatting in YouTube. This is disappointing.
That is
Chris Moneymaker is very upset that no one is chatting in YouTube.
Well, Chris Moneymaker is coming this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to help us launch our brand new YouTube channel. We are going to be going live on YouTube for every show. We'll be focusing on YouTube, and we have some awesome limited edition Stones Live gear giveaways that we're actually only going to be giving away to our YouTube audience. So if you guys are watching on Twitch right now and you want to get some of that swag, show them what we got. This is only one of the cool things that we have here. No, take it out of the package. That's horrible.
I didn't want to like ruin the pristine. That's true.
Check this out. It's a cool card protector. It says "See you on table 11" on the back, and on the front side is the Stones Live logo. We have shirts. We have some limited edition hats, and I am holding off some of those for our viewers. So we're giving a lot of them away here in the room this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I'm holding out about a quarter of them for our viewers, but we will only be giving them away to our YouTube viewers. So if you haven't done that yet, head over there, youtube.com/StonesLivePoker, add the channel. We are broadcasting there as well if you want to watch us on YouTube tonight. It's youtube.com/StonesLivePoker/live. If you don't put the /live, you get our video archive. But /live, you get our live channel.
Deal.
Yeah, so head over there if you want to get some of this cool Stones Live swag we got coming up. You want to be there? I got t-shirts, I got hats, I got car protectors, I got Stones Live stripper poles. I mean, we got it all.
You can get those installed? Installation free?
We will install them for you.
Oh, okay, cool. So Yuchi got all in here.
So three-way action, yeah. Yuchi he told me we would start the table. He was trying to go home, and that's not going to help him right there.
He's trying to go home. That was his plan.
He didn't want to take the break because he only came in here having.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. You don't want to like sit around.
He's like, now he's got to take a 30-minute break and come back, and maybe he goes out the first hand, but he leveled up already, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
It looks like he's gonna gain some chips in here because it was three-way action between Jimmy Donuts, Armin, and Yuchi. So he gets a little bit he makes some money on that hand, which is good because I think he's coming into the blinds. So what is up? I'm not seeing what's happening on the Twitch app because I am over on YouTube. But I can open both. Actually, just come on over to YouTube. Check it out. Say what's up. I don't think you need an account to watch on YouTube. I guess you might need an account to chat on YouTube. So G-Man still has a pretty big lead. 30% of the chips in play. It's pretty big with 8 left. And Yuchi's pretty short, so. Oh, what's up, Mr. Smiley, aka Mythical Man Legend on Twitch?
Oh, right, he made it.
I don't know. It's hard to tell which name is better.
I think we should probably find someone in YouTube tonight to give one of these card protectors to.
Deal.
Just to kind of get them to
Ball
come
rolling.
over.
Yeah.
I think we should do that at some point.
Sounds good. And now we get to see like people's real names. So now all that smack you talk. No, I'm just kidding.
What's up?
It looks like Yuchi's going to be in the big blind on this hand. I think, if I saw that correctly. No, under the gun. Under the gun, Queen 8. Queen 8 offsuit, 43,000. So only about 3 big blinds. I'm not sure there's like a wrong decision in this spot. I suppose you could fold. I suppose you could shove.
Those are options, for sure.
At this point,
those are definitely options.
At this point, you can go into like pure survival mode and just hope you get lucky, or you can just let it rip.
When you're super short like that, I mean, you play a lot of tournaments, right?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Yeah, some. Fair bit.
When you super short, are you just like basically picking a bunch of hands into any unopened pot and just jamming? Is that what you're doing?
I mean, it depends on how big, right? Like, if you're sitting there with 3 big blinds, you have no fold equity, so your hand under the gun, you probably want it to be, like, at least playable, right? Like, Queen 8 is not a terrible
hand. Any hand is playable.
Sure, yeah, fair enough.
See, look at this. Jeff was 6-3, and he hits a 6 on the turn.
Yeah, true. I mean, but that hand is a little, to me, 6-3 suited is maybe slightly more playable than Queen 8.
Do you feel like it's important when you're short stacked to look at your cards? It should just be shoving position.
No, I definitely think you should look at your cards. I don't know the exact math.
I love that you took that question seriously.
No, I actually think years ago when I played a tournament, I had maybe like 2 or 3 big blinds, and I was under the gun or in the big blind, and I just like blind played the hand.
All right.
Because I said no matter what I had, I ended up having 2-3 offsuit, which I think could have been a fold.
Cool. Hey, check this out in the YouTube chat. Ghost of M.
What's up, Ghost?
Real name.
Yeah. Marco.
What's up, Marco? Welcome to our YouTube channel. We appreciate you being here. Let's see. Let's pop over to Twitch and see what's going on over there. Awesome. Yes, got some stuff going on there. If you're watching us on Twitch, we appreciate you. We're going to be simulcasting on both channels over the next.
Wow, 4 players under 10 bigs.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, so there's not a lot of wiggle room for those players. It's not a lot of poker heaven. It's all in or full. Right?
I mean, pretty much if you're entering the pot, you're ending the pot for your whole stack.
So why would you bet a portion of your stack? You might as well just.
You could. You could maybe do that to like either hide or show the strength of your hand. I think sometimes people might level themselves. Yeah. Because if you bet half your stack, you're basically saying, like most people might be saying, like I'm not folding. So whatever you do is irrelevant, right?
Right.
But I'm raising. I'm already playing this.
Because there's something
for my
to
whole
be
stack.
said
Yeah.
for the fact as a small stack that you are going to pick a hand, but you're also going to get to see all 5 cards. No one's going to bet you off. And I think there is a certain advantage to being the aggressor. Like, what I'm saying is you're going to have a much wider range that you're going to stick all your chips into an unopened pot, and you're going to call off with if someone else makes an aggressive move in front
right,
of you.
yeah. Your hand needs to be better if there's action previous.
I heard a lot of people say you go half of your range and up once you get under 7 rotations. We talk about Dan Harrington. We talk about your M rating. Did you ever read those books?
I did
Your
not.
M rating is the amount of time that you can rotate through the table. Dan doesn't watch. It's okay.
Yeah, okay.
So, like for example, with antes here, it's 8 and 16,000. 8 players at the table is another 16,000 per rotation for 2,000 antes. So we're looking at 40,000 per rotation. If I had 200,000 in my stack, I have an M rating of 5. All right.
Okay.
If I'm 7 or under in my M rating, I should be shoving the upper half of the range of the deck, which is Queen 7 offsuit or better, into any unopened pot. If there's an aggressive action, any raise, that I should be folding every hand except my top 10 hands.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I think it makes sense. Like, you don't have to shove, and a lot of the like snap shove or push fold charts are based on you being the first person to enter the pot, not a raise ahead of you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so like an interesting thing happened there. JA opened with Queen Jack offsuit. I mean, it doesn't really matter what he's opening with. He's in late position into Yuchi's big blind. Yuchi only has like 3 big blinds total, so folding actually left him with less than 2 bigs. He's got like 1.5 bigs or something.
It was like any hand in that position
But he had
is
9-4 suited.
better to see the whole board with than to be left with that few chips, right?
You could. I
It's an
think
equity
9-4.
problem.
I think 9-4 suited, 3 big blinds against 1 player. It sucks, but you probably have to go for it. I think
Bacon joined us, by the way. He made the switch from Twitch.
Yeah.
That's very clever.
That's probably gonna get old real fast. No, I'm
I
just
made
kidding.
the switch from Twitch.
Looks like we have another all-in and a call. Les versus Tahoe champ.
All right, this is pocket 7s and ace 10 suited.
Ace 10's at risk here.
Less tournament life on the line. If you guys are watching us tonight, we are going to. Oh, there's a 10. There's a 10 on the flop. That's bad news for 7. Oh, champ. I mean, he's only going to lose a small piece of his stack here, though.
I think it's pretty standard. Shove under the gun +1.
Yeah.
Call from the big blind with 7s.
With the big stack.
Yeah, less than 10 big shove. That's pretty.
Okay, so Les is going to survive here. So, anyways, we have these really cool Stones Live card protectors. They look great. I'm gonna take one out of the case so they can see them.
Oh wow, out of the case.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that.
We have all this gear that we're going to be giving away during Chris Moneymaker's visit this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Lance, big screen me for just 1 second while they do that pot. So they turned out really great. I'm really happy with these. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus here. You can kind of see it there. They look cool. On the back, I love this. It says, "See you at table 11." We are not really giving these away until Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but I think just to kind of get you guys used to our new channel, our YouTube channel, which is unofficial tonight because our official launch is the 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Right, yeah, the Moneymaker.
We're just kind of testing it,
This is the
make
soft
sure everything
opening.
works. It's a soft opening, but I think one of our viewers needs this. And now here's the only kind of caveat to this is first of all, we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna give it away. I think we'll incorporate Twitter, but secondly, guys, because I discovered recently when I gave a hoodie away to somebody on the stream and they end up living in London, it's really expensive to international. We are going to limit this giveaway tonight to United States residents only. That being said, if you don't live in the United States, you want to try to win and you're willing to pay the shipping, we'll send it to you. But if you're in the United States, 100% free, we'll get it to you, and we will figure out like in the next 20-30 minutes how we're going to do it. Probably something with Twitter. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Okay, let's get back to the game.
Who doubled? I can't remember his name. You blocked the name.
Oh, sorry. I'm in trouble.
Les doubled up with ace 10. So he shoved ace 10 suited, under 10 bigs, pretty reasonable shove, easy.
Cool.
When I say pretty reasonable, I mean like a totally legitimate shove.
All right, Lance, send us back to the game. And action.
Camera 3.
Action. There we go. Okay.
I think
it worked that
it's
time. All right. We got a new hand coming out, new dealer. There is Jenna slinging some cards. Jenna is backup Justin, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
Backup. Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm not
For the
here,
PLA game
Jenna puts the...
where you were away.
In Puerto Vallarta. Yeah.
Puerto
Vallarta. Practicing my Spanish, my Espanol. All right, we got a raise to 40,000 less. Come out swinging with Ace Queen after just doubling up with Ace 10, picking up a few hands. That's nice for him.
Yuchi's on the button. He's going to play this.
It's all into call. I mean, Queen Jack suited looks really beautiful, right?
For sure. I mean, you would like to get this hand maybe when he's in the big blind, but
this is one of those situations I'm saying. If you're playing the strategy I said, you actually fold there, and look, the fold's good. Aggressive action, let it go.
Oh yeah, but that's like so.
But thank you. If he was to open, there, we got a ton of stuff coming up. Hey, Lance. Also, the splash pot one. When you get a second.
All right, so now actually Yuchi's in a spot where he's drawing pretty thin.
Yeah, that's ugly.
I mean, the 9-4, he doesn't know that he's live, but he's actually. You can assume he's probably live against an open when he has 9-4 suited. In this spot, maybe not so much, but yeah, he got so few chips.
What's up, Reggie? Thank you for joining us in the YouTube chat. Appreciate you being here. We are giving away a pre-giveaway of one of these Stones Life card protectors, so stay tuned for directions on that. If you don't have a Twitter account, guys, you're gonna want one. That's how we're going to do it. Okay, so the queen hits. That really changes nothing. Yuchi still needs to hit that jack. And now it's a jack and a jack only. One of those jacks has gone, oh, look at that.
Wow, then now you got some chop outs.
Got some chop outs.
Not too bad.
A 6, a 3, or for a chopper, the jack for the win, any other card, and Les will knock him out.
Ooh,
and that is not the card you mean. Thank you so much. Oh, we got some good stuff. Cool. All right, so Yuchi is our next victim. Next winner. 8th place. And,
not bad.
No, I mean, not bad at all.
What is 8th right now?
Scrolling up there. Be right back.
Okay, so just in case, I don't think we actually said it yet. 10,700 to first, 6,500 to second, just under 4,500 for third.
He's gonna be like, I think he's gonna hit the 1,000 mark.
Let's see. I'm gonna say you probably are right.
There it is. Oh, so close. Give him $7.
Just under $7.
Give him $7.
I wouldn't give him $7 if we're at the final table. Why would I give him $7?
Why wouldn't you? I mean, just be a nice guy. Don't you just want to be a nice guy?
I'll give him this.
Don't you want that? I guarantee you that there's some people watching tonight that would like to have that.
Probably worth more than $7. So maybe I'll rethink that. Armin with Lotso chips.
So we lost Yuchi. He did get it one level up, which is nice for him, right?
Yes. Hello from Minnesota. Oh, Happy New Year, Flounder.
Flounder from Minnesota. Hey, he already had his New Year.
Yeah,
that's great. Now he gets to celebrate, have another one here with us.
You get to do 2. I like it. It's a good plan.
But I was actually thinking tonight, we're probably not going to have a lot of California audience because the California audience is out celebrating.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But the rest of the coast already had their New Year's.
Yeah,
they're going to come home,
this is the
wind down.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, after party with us right here at Stones.
I got it.
3-way action.
This is interesting that G-Man called a raise from the small blind with Jack Deuce. Was it a raise or just a call?
I mean, and he does have all the chips.
Yeah, true. And it's a pretty ambitious call from the small blind, I think.
Since we don't have the chip command in our YouTube, I didn't want to point out that on the table you have black is worth 1,000, lavender for 5,000, and then you see those square plaques.
Yeah.
Those are actually worth 25,000, like a James Bond movie, right?
The Casino Royale.
Casino Royale plaques.
Yeah, the plaques are pretty sharp. They're heavy, too. Yeah, so, I mean, that's an unconventional move from Gene in the small blind.
Yeah.
But he won the hand. He flopped a pair.
Well, I mean, it's not ABC poker that pays off big in poker, right? It's those unconventional moves that catch people off guard. They're willing to stick their chips in.
Sure.
And they're second best.
I mean, it's like that swings both ways. When it goes well, you're flying.
Yeah, I mean, you win every all in except your last one, right?
Yeah. When it doesn't go well, you could be out of the tournament. So, if he's careful, it'll be fine. He's got a lot of chips. Most of the chips a third of the chips in the tournament. 7 people left. Just if he continues to make calls like that, maybe he'll be out sooner than first. I think he's got. He's in a good spot though for his first final table.
Who did you say was their first final
That's what
table?
G-Man.
G-Man is his very first final table ever? Or
That's
here
what
at
he said,
Stones?
yeah.
Wow.
I just overheard him saying
That's pretty
that.
fantastic. Way to go, G-Man.
Maybe he was just doing that to like put everybody else like at ease.
Like
he's
more
playing him.
Leveling wars.
Makes it 35,000. What is the blinds right now?
They're at 8,000,
Oh, okay, that's
16,000 with a 2,000 ante, so it's just a min raise.
I like that raise.
Slightly
a little bit more
over
than
min raise, 35,000.
That's fine. On the button, a big stack. It's gonna take down the blinds and antes.
So I want to say one of the cool things about our YouTube channel is we haven't really streamed live on it a lot before, but we have used it as our video archive.
Yeah.
Because Twitch, you can only keep your videos up on there for like 60 days, I think. So if you want to go back and watch any past episode of YouTube, like they're Stones
you're
Live,
all in one spot.
They're all on the YouTube channel, which is cool.
You can sub to the channel. I don't know what that does on YouTube. Does it give you the little notification?
It'll let you set what type of notifications you want to have, and it also makes us feel really good.
Oh, for sure.
So we appreciate if you guys do a sub on there. Check this out: Armin waking up with pocket aces.
Under the gun too. That's nice.
James Bond joins us in the chat room. First time here. Happy New Year.
Welcome.
What's up, James Bond? Hey guys, please make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. We appreciate having you here on Stones Live. We are at the final table of the 30K Guaranteed Last Sunday tournament, the last Sunday tournament of 2017.
10,700.
It's just he barely makes a min raise plus 1,000, and G-Man wakes up with fives. And it looks like he's going to get some action from G-Man. I was wondering if anyone was going to call him.
Oh, I think under the gun raise is going to get called a lot lighter. Probably actually 3-bet a lot lighter than most people. I think Armin probably.
I mean, with the jumps now are starting to get a little bigger. And so, oh no! Now this is how dreams.
This is huge because Armin and G-Man are two of the biggest stacks.
And look at this board is so disconnected. Like it's gonna be hard for Armin to put G-Man on really anything significant.
The problem here, though, or either what could present a problem is if G-Man's too aggressive or strangely aggressive.
Well,
that's a really great turn card.
And a call. Yeah, fantastic turn card. Now, I mean, if I'm Armin right here, I might be thinking my opponent's like
check
ace
behind.
jack, king
This is
jack.
where I think you check behind if you're G-Man.
And he's putting in
because now you're betting like
200,000 going into instant call. I mean, with aces, it's hard to go away.
No, yeah, true. And like I said, it's a really good turn.
You gotta watch ace on the right.
You're just gonna check call the whole way though.
Okay, so G-Man is good with full house, and I think seeing that he already got a 200,000 call, I would just go all in. He says all in.
Okay.
And he does. He takes my advice. We're all in. Did Armin call? Armin called.
It looks like.
And he is going to see the bad news here. Oh, look at him.
Rough.
Aces crack. Spin the wheel, Armin. Does he get that in the tournament? Well, he can spin it. He's not going to hate anything.
Yeah, dude. I think Armin sort of left himself in a weird spot because if you're just going to check call the entire time, you're sort of letting Gene dictate the pace. Where he left himself no choice but to call the river shove once he called the pot-sized bet on the turn. If he leads the flop and Gene raises something huge, maybe Gene gives away his hand, something like that. I don't know. I think Armin kind of let that happen to him more so than Gene did it to him.
I mean,
check calling the whole way.
What could he do though?
You could bet the flop. You could raise the flop.
And then what happens? You get raised or call?
Sure, yeah, but I mean, you're not losing your whole stack. Yeah, there's a huge difference between losing 200K and losing 750K.
I think you lose your whole stack here. I think that's just how it goes.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't, and I'm not saying most people wouldn't, but I'm saying there's probably a way where you might not, because that is an uncoordinated board, like you said. So if you bet and he raises.
I mean, so you're gonna put him on pocket fives?
No, you could put him on Jack 8. I don't know, like he just called in position. You could put him on a weird 2-pair. Open-ended straight draw.
That's some high-level stuff.
A lot of people
that's
open
some high-level stuff, man.
I mean, I don't know about Gene specifically. But,
I could tell you right now, aces, I min raise, I get called, and I get a Jack 8-5 board, I'm going nowhere.
Okay, so what if you lead Jack 8-5 Rainbow? You lead G-Man. I keep calling him Gene. I don't know that is his name, but it's a G-Man.
Okay.
G-Man. He looks like it could be a Gene, but
okay, I'm listening.
So G-Man raises, like, you bet. What did he raise? Like 30,000 pre or something? 35,000.
It was 33. It was 33.
Okay, 33.
Yeah.
So there's like 70K in the pot. You bet like 30,000, 35, whatever, like C-bet
on the flop.
Yeah, and he makes it 100.
No, he smooth calls.
Is he gonna smooth call?
Yes.
You're giving.
If you're gonna be aggressive,
not all the time. Okay, but so you bet. Fine, you bet.
I agree with you. It's a mistake for Armin not to bet something.
Well,
but
I
just say he doesn't get away. No, because he loses.
He flats behind.
Yeah.
If G-Man flats behind, then you check the turn. G-Man bets pot on the turn.
And then you fold. You fold a Jack 8-8-5.
You could theoretically fold.
I don't know.
What was he raising on the flop that didn't get there on the turn?
Let's ask the chat room. We have a few people already over into our YouTube chat room. Would you guys fold in that scenario? When we hit the so we're on the flop.
I'm not saying that. Okay, so if you lead the flop and you get raised on the flop, and then you check, and the guy, or no, you lead the flop, he calls behind,
and the 5's
which most people would argue is a stronger move.
And then you check the turn, and he bets out on the turn.
I think you can fold.
Let's ask the chat room.
But I'm not saying I would. Like I said, I'm not saying I would fold. I'm not saying that most people would fold. I'm saying there is a way that hand might be able to work out where you don't go broke.
Stones Live Poker says the tech team pushes on the turn. The aces push on the turn.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing when you check call the flop.
The aces push on the turn, and I just. I
mean, you got to think too. Like, okay, maybe this isn't a big tournament.
I don't think you get away from it.
Put this in a different tournament where you have 800,000 and you're playing against a chip leader. The only guy in the tournament that can bust you. The only guy. The rest of the guys are like 300K behind you.
You have aces.
The only guy in the tournament.
You have aces.
Okay, but it's like difference between if you want to try to win the tournament or if you just want to like think. I'm not saying there isn't. Of course you want to
try and win the tournament. Of course you do.
Well, but he like.
But you have aces.
He wasn't even. If he thought he had the best hand, he wasn't even really being aggressive. Sometimes we trap ourselves, right? By thinking like.
I don't think he gets away.
What is he betting?
A smaller pair flop to set. How do you?
Is he ace jack? Is he gonna like just go?
Ace Jack plays out the same way. I think Ace Jack plays the same way. You got top.
It's definitely a cooler.
Strong. It's a
yeah, it's definitely a cooler. I'm just saying
against the biggest stack.
If you put this into a tournament where maybe the difference between 7th and 1st is like $100,000, that was a mistake.
See, look, A Moral 27. He agrees. He says, unfortunate for the aces, but the chips have to go in.
Right. I don't necessarily.
You have to be like a Negrano.
No, but I mean,
you have to be like a Negrano.
I'm saying from like an ICM point of view, if you like multiply the difference between 7th and 1st in this tournament, and I'm saying like here you're talking about 2,000 to 10,000, so only $8,000. If the difference between 7th and 1st was $100,000, you probably are going to have most people playing that hand a different way.
All right, let's look at what Reggie says here. The only way he could have stayed alive is the way Brent describes. He would have had to think on a level different from I'm playing these aces all the way to the river no matter what. And that is the key, though. I think that's how he's approaching it. You have aces, you have an uncoordinated board. The only thing that's beating you is a set, and how likely is a set? Do you know the odds?
It's not the only thing that's beating you. Jack 8 is not an impossible hand.
It's not impossible
for him to have.
But the hands that beat you,
or 8s, or like jacks, he probably doesn't have.
But once he sees the turn, 8s seem very unlikely, right?
Yeah. I mean, we just saw G-Man. I'm going to try not to call him Gene. Just saw G-Man like call from the small blind with Jack Deuce, right? So he probably has been doing some unconventional things. So Jack 8 is not outside the realm of possibility of hands he could call with. Probably the only hand that
from the big stack. It doesn't hurt him to put another 16,000 in.
I just think my main point isn't even necessarily that he did anything wrong. It's just that
I don't think anyone's saying he did anything wrong.
If this were a tournament where the difference between first, you know, if this is a WSOP tournament and it's 100K and a bracelet between 7th and 1st,
you fold aces.
not fold, but you might be weary of playing a 2 million chip pot with the only guy on the table that covers you when you have like a 300K chip lead over anything.
If you have aces, you're playing them aggressively.
I'm just saying, some people would play that hand different.
Like I don't show up.
And is that really that aggressive? Check calling the entire way?
I don't show up to the tournament to fold aces.
Fair enough.
That's not why I'm there.
I don't think check calling the entire way is aggressive.
Okay, look, this hand. This is my only point, and I think you and I are violently agreeing on this. I don't think there's a way that he plays that hand where he gets away from it. I think even if he's more aggressive on the flop, I mean, he either has to bet so much that he makes nothing with his aces, or he has to bet enough that he lets a hand like 5s come in, and once they flop a set, the skill's really gone. It's you got a bad run right there. Like 5s flop a set on an uncoordinated board. There's no straights, there's no flushes. Are you gonna go, oh, what if he has pocket 5s or jack 8? You know,
but I'm saying you bet,
aces.
And then it's like ranges, right? Like if you bet that flop and he raises you at any point, what is he raising you with?
Jack 8.
Or
do you think jack 8?
The possible hands: jack 8, a set, open-ended straight draw.
If we don't pay attention, we're not going to see these kings get cracked.
Maybe ace jack. That's true. This is definitely going to happen. I don't know if it's see the cards wisdom. I think my main point is that.
Okay, so Jeff is just he's not going to make the same mistake. No nonsense. I have kings. All my chips are in. I'll either win
a lot less
a small pot.
He has a third of the chips that Armin had going into the hand.
No, you make a good point. That's a solid point.
But that's my main point. I don't know, is that you didn't necessarily have to play the largest pot of the final table against the chip leader. G-Man's in a really good spot though, and he might just be feeling saucy.
It might not be G-Man's first final table. It might be his first tournament victory tonight.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't doubt it. I mean,
and I just don't think Jeff's going to get any action on.
He's got a ton of chips.
Fold around, and Jeff is just going to scoop the blinds in the antes here.
I don't know, Flanner. Maybe it is. I can see the cards wisdom. I'm trying to think of a theoretical situation. I think most people bet that flop. And don't you think it's a pretty standard line for a set to call your flop bet and then bet pot on the turn? It feels like the de facto set line.
I was actually kind of shocked, a tiny bit shocked. Once the board pairs on the turn, I think that's the only point when me as a player could even kind of start to think that I'm gonna dump aces there, because maybe someone, I think he came along with 8, lucky on the turn, he might have turned trips. I could
but what
think
if you
that.
lead the turn and then what is the set? What if it goes as is check, call, flop?
Well, if I lead the turn and the set just calls, he probably gets my whole stack. If he raises there, I can make a case for folding, but I'm still probably not.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be like, oh, crying call. Like I think I'm beat, but I can't let it go.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, like I think ICM is sort of like, in a way, it's kind of like boring, and I don't necessarily like fully understand the exact numbers. But it's boring because it's like in a spot like that, those are 2 big hands. Play for a 2 million pot chip or 2 million chip pot.
I don't think it would have been boring if he had made the correct read and laid down aces. I think that would have been like we would have been in awe of him. Like
I'm just saying, like, if you have aces and you're playing against a chip leader, is there a line you could take where you're not playing for stacks?
No.
I do think there is a line you can play where you're not
with
playing
aces?
for stacks. I do think so.
I just don't think so. But then I'm sitting here in the booth. I'm not at the final table.
Neither am I.
Yeah. Well, that's settled.
That's a pretty Thanks for pointing that out.
All right, Jeff is all in again, this time with ace jack, not quite as strong. However, Tahoe champ considering calling here with 7-8, and after a previous shove, it starts to get more and more tempting to call with these like suited connector type hands.
Sure, I don't think it's ever correct to call in this spot. Especially, he doesn't have him covered by that much.
No.
It is small blind into big blind. No, under the gun.
See, every pot scooped, even if it's just blinds and antes at this point, is starting to become pretty significant to chip counts. So it's a good time to talk about that. We got it right here, too. There is a great Omaha tournament coming up here on the 14th of January. It's at 3 p.m., so we still have a regular morning tournament. It's actually kind of a cool structure. 5,000 guaranteed for a 150 buy-in. The first 4 levels, registration levels, unlimited reg, 20-minute levels. After that goes to 25-minute levels. It's going to be a lot of play. 10,000 in chips. It is a high-low tournament. Doesn't say that on the flyer. Sorry, oops. It is high-low though. I promise. Omaha high-low tournament, 150 buy-in. If you're here at Stones, January 14th, do not miss this. It's going to be a lot of fun. It won't be streamed. No final table stream.
Bummer.
But,
see, I might make that final table. But actually, I won't even be here for that.
It does kick off Omaha week.
Yeah, Omaha week.
So
and there'll be some streams there.
The 3 streams that are running that week are 5-5 pot limit Omaha. We have a Veronica and Friends 816 Omaha high-low, and then that Friday will be a 2040 Omaha high-low, which
doesn't that January Omaha high-low Veronica and Friends have? Now I feel like no, she said it. Jonathan Little's.
No, that's February.
Oh, February.
Yeah, and that's just going to be a straight no limit hold'em. So Jimmy Donuts pocket Jack's G-Man, who is on fire lately, has raised up to 35K with Ace 10, and I believe Jimmy Donuts flatted, but I didn't see it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh no, it is an all-in move, and we're back around to Jeff. Now see,
which is like a pretty hand if the action had been different up to you. Like he would probably shove that hand if it had folded, or like he could have.
Oh, you mean the king queen?
Yeah, he could have 3-bet that hand, something like that. Marco, he is here the 3rd, 4th, 5th. I don't think he's going to stick around.
Oh no, Marco,
11 days.
Chris is here January 3rd, 4th, and 5th. There is an Omaha game on the 4th, but it's PLO high-low. A high-low PLO, those are kind of rare, right? And we have them
this is the second time within like a month or two.
Stones.
Yeah.
I mean, the players want it.
The last time Chris was here, the game was PLO8 too, so I think Chris that might have something to do with Chris.
I asked Chris what he wants us to run because he's going to be in the booth during the stream, but he does go out and jump into the game afterwards.
Yeah, and he wants to see when he comes out. It looks like G-Man is calling.
Okay, so
Ace 10.
Look, we have Ace 10 versus Pocket Jackson. I mean, for G-Man, he does put 150 out, right? Chance to knock someone out. And Jack's still in the lead.
We get like running spades.
3 aces, and all 3 aces are live. Point out for our YouTube audience too, when the outs are up there, we show the true outs. So if it's already been folded, you'll still see it up there, but it'll be grayed out, which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You can see, these were the outs on to players would calculate, but if we already know the card's been folded, it still shows it's just like grayed, like kind of you see on the board cards right now.
That's pretty standard spot there too.
So guys, if you've already come over to the YouTube channel, we appreciate you guys. We're kind of unofficially open up here. We do our official YouTube channel launch this Wednesday with Chris Moneymaker in the house. If you don't have a Twitter account yet, go to Twitter, make a quick free account, add @Stones Live Poker, and about 10-15 minutes from now, we're going to tell you how to be one of the first people to win one of these beautiful Stones Live card protectors that we're going to be giving away when Chris Moneymaker is here. So you do need to have a Twitter account. I will have a tweet posted that you'll need to retweet, and then we're going to randomly select one of the people.
Oh, I thought it'd be
retweet.
like a trivia or something. That'd be cool.
Trivia would be cool.
I don't know.
Then how do we know who answers first or whatever we want?
Or all the correct answers.
For our winners, whoever wins this tonight, you need to be in the U.S. If you're outside the U.S. and you win, we'll give you the option to pay the postage. If you don't want to do it, we'll pick someone else that is in the U.S. Okay.
Or you can win it outside of the country and gift it to somebody in the chat from the U.S.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
If you like the spirit of competition.
You know what it costs to send that hoodie to
Probably a ton.
I mean, it wasn't a ton, but $60.
Oh wow, that's a lot. I mean, that is a lot. It's like more than it would cost you just to buy the hoodie.
Yeah.
So it's basically your...
Sick, right?
Yeah. So Jimmy Donuts gets another big hand, raises no action this time.
Yeah, no, we don't even need
But with half the chips in play, G-Man, that hand, I think that's definitely a hand that pretty much plays itself. You open ace 10 because you're opening aggressively.
He's got half the chips in play right now.
And you're calling a 10 big blind shove. Not even a 10 big blind shove, I guess. Like he had 150 or something. So a less than 10 big blind shove.
So you guys check that out there. We are on Pacific time, Pacific Standard Time. In the bottom left corner, we do have our countdown to our New Year's, which is 46 minutes away. Very exciting. Where we are going to be rolling into 2018 with some hot tournament action.
Yeah. The real people who get to celebrate New Year's twice are the guys that are still at the final table, right? Because we have to delay. They're going to toast, and I'm sure they're going to toast when it actually.
Well, we're actually going to do their toast 20 minutes early, so that we can toast along with them when the stream catches
So they're
up.
they're the winners in more ways than one. They're going to be at the table playing poker. I mean, if you're going to spend all day playing poker, you might as well win 10 grand, right?
Might as well.
Might as well. So there, 6 players left, guaranteed $1,600, $29.
16,000.
Yeah, 16,000. Oh, the tournament just got huge. Yeah, $1,600 to the next person eliminated. It's pretty exciting. G-Man still half the chips. He's got everybody covered by a lot. So it'll be interesting to see how the movers underneath him go and how he decides to move forward. He's obviously shown that he can be aggressive, raising ace 10, also calling off ace 10 to the 10 big blind shove, which I think is correct if you're going to open. So I think it could be pretty exciting. A few of the guys to his left look like they want to be aggressive, but maybe they don't have the chips to accommodate that play style at the moment. Alright, Tahoe champ on the button, 6 deuce off. I don't know how saucy you can possibly get with the big stack and the small blind. Ooh, Gene's in the next spot. I think you could just shove here. I'm not really sure exactly what Les has in the big blind, but I don't. Well, a raise to 50K, 45K. Les has 184. I guess he's got a little bit more. No, the blinds just went up, so he's got less than 10 bigs. I wouldn't hate a shove there. I think a shove or what happened works both ways, I guess. Yeah. By the way, we're gonna have Lady Gaga on the show later. I'm just kidding. I was just trying to think of what the New Year's people on the TV would be like. Oh, Mariah Carey's gonna be here.
We're gonna have Chris Moneymaker. He's just coming a couple days late.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna get over it. Well, he's got he's got a couple kids, maybe 2 or 3 kids. Actually, that's weird. I feel a little bad. I don't know exactly, but I also don't stalk Chris Moneymaker. So
well, get on.
I know that he has children. G-Man with another small pocket pair raises on the button. He's making it 45 again. That seems to be his preferred bet. A little bit more than a min raise. Less is with King Jack offsuit, calling 45K of his 180K. I mean, if you're gonna go nuts, I think you could 3-bet shove there as easily as you could do anything. They may get all in here. He's gonna shove. He's got backdoor spades with an open-ended straight draw, and G-Man. It's interesting because G-Man just doesn't think too long and calls. Oh, and it didn't even shove. He just bet 20,000. Wow, it's gonna be super. I mean, if you bet 20,000 again, you're just begging to lose this hand. I think. Personally, I think that's what's happening. If you shove here too, I think you might be left in a spot, or it's 20 and 40. I don't know that G-Man's gonna get away from this. If he snap calls the flop like that, I could see him calling the turn. I mean we've been talking about that hand for a while, but I think the key is he check called 3 times. He kind of let G-Man dictate the hand, which I don't think was a very aggressive way to approach it, and could have been a thing. That hand was very weird right there. Bets 20, G-Man snap calls, bets 40 on the 3 of clubs. Is G-Man thinking just one call is going to get it done to slow Les down from betting his open-ended and king high. I don't know. That was an interesting spot. I think Les played that pretty passively. 185k to start the hand. Just calls the raise from the small blind. Leads for 20k, which was like less than a third of the pot. Or it's a pretty small bet, actually. He bets the literal minimum. So. There might be some ways where G-Man, gosh, it's like, I can't. At this point, I just hope that his name is Gene. Because I've called him Gene so many times. Alright, J.A. getting back into action now that G-Man hasn't played a hand, played this hand. Raises the small blind with 10-5, makes it 45,000, and is not going to like what happens. We'll see what Jimmy Donuts does. It looks like Jimmy Donuts is going to 3-bet. I think you could make the argument for, like, you're both short enough where flatting might get you another bet on the flop. If you wanted to get saucy, but there's no way that Jay is calling this 3-bet. Unless he thinks you're totally bluffing. Which I think Jimmy would be capable of doing so. And he shows him the queens. But some people, flat big hands in that spot. You have similar size stacks. The blinds are getting high. You're both 15 to... Like, you're both of 17 bigs when you have that hand. It wouldn't have been that weird for J.A. to bet any flop, even if he hits a pair. He bet most flops. And then that's where Jimmy could have maybe gotten a little bit more money. But 3-betting there is not bad either. I totally agree, Reggie. He could never fold based on the way that he played the hand. I'll 100% agree with that. Check calling. If you're gonna check call the flop and the turn, the shove on the river is not that big. Which would be interesting because that'd be a crazy move if G-Man did it on purpose, where he bets the pot on the turn and he knows he can't fold the river. Looks like some uneventful blind on blind action. Jimmy Donuts has a pair and a gutter, I guess. Pair and a gutter. He's gonna bet. I don't think Jeff's gonna give him any action here, especially Jeff's only got 200k left. 10 bigs. He's gonna let it go. So 6 players left. The next player out is gonna get $1,629. We had 154 players in the last Sunday. That's a 30k guarantee, right?
30k guaranteed, so almost an extra 10k on top of the guarantee.
Yeah, not bad.
And
guys.
The casino didn't even have to put any money
beefing it up. Yeah, that's the price.
Hey guys, check this out. We got the tweet up, so head over to Twitter at Stones Live Poker. Make a free account if you don't have one already. Follow us there. Follow us on YouTube, and then retweet that tweet that has the picture of this card protector. We're gonna pick one U.S. resident tonight. U.S. resident specific. Actually, like I said, if you're anywhere else in the world, we'll look into the shipping. If you agree to pay it,
like a U.S. resident that's like the continental
U.S. Yeah. If you want to pay the shipping, we'll still send it to you if you win. If we draw you and you win outside the U.S. Otherwise, if you're in the U.S., we'll cover everything. We'll get it to you. You will be the first viewer to take one of these home because we're officially not giving these away until Wednesday.
Got it.
Yeah.
Congratulations to whoever wins.
Yeah. Congratulations on a pre-giveaway, a practice giveaway, a practice
Get to tweeting. If you don't have a Twitter, I mean, I guess there's a world.
Twitter and you need YouTube, right? Twitter and YouTube. Because you have to follow us on our new YouTube channel at Stones, youtube.com/StonesLivePoker/live.
All right.
Subscribe there. Follow us on Twitter at Stones Like Poker. This is complicated, but is it worth it for this beautiful card protector?
If you like card protectors, you're gonna like this. It's
pretty nice.
Yeah. I don't typically use card protectors, but this is sharp. I like it.
This will protect your cards so well that nothing can happen to them. It's a very strong protector of cards.
Yeah, the strongest. It works out a lot.
I use 2.
You use 2 of them? Oh wow. Well, why do you use 2 of them?
I'm intense.
Super strong.
I'm an intense human being. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can never be too safe.
Right.
That's G-Man still cruising here.
Is G-Man your pick for the winner tonight?
I mean, sure. It'd be hard for him to lose, but I don't think. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go with G-Man wins.
I think that the competition for the card protector is going to be pretty easy tonight. You know, with this being on the YouTube channel, it's not really official. People know we're going to be there. I think there's not going to be a lot of people. Like right now, I've got 4 retweets. So that's 4 people have a chance to get it.
Yeah, if you've ever wanted to win something, just the joy of winning something.
Yeah.
Now's the time.
Yeah.
Now's the time.
So
Fire.
yeah, just follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, and then retweet that tweet as the card protector tweet. It's the most recent one, and we're gonna get one of you guys and send this out to you.
Jeff's shoving a cent. The thing that's going to help G-Man a lot is if he busts another couple of players. Where if, like, say, someone like Jimmy Donuts is getting some chips, you know, Jimmy Donuts and J. Everybody's sort of in a weird position relative to G-Man, I think. You know, G-Man's going to be raising into their blinds.
Such a commanding chip lead, right?
Yeah.
And now the blinds are up. We're at 10 and 20,000 blinds with a 3,000 ante.
And that wonky hand where he, well,
check this out. We got the Battle of the Ages, and I'm going to try and do this quick without getting into the way of the next hand, but it's a cool little mini-series that we're doing February 7th through 11th. That's 4 entry flights. 2 of the flights you have to be 50 or older to play. One of the flights, 21 to 49, and then there's a Saturday flight. They're all 250 buy, and it's all ages. They all combine to day 2. There's 2 poker cruises to give away, but this is the kind of different thing about this tournament, which I think is really fun. 3 players from each age group are guaranteed to the final table. So let's say we made it down to like 15 players, and there was only 3 people from the overgroup left. They would pull their chips out of play, and now the remaining players, the unders, would play down to the final 6, and then they recombine to the final table. From that point, whoever finishes the best in their age category not only gets the spot that they're paid out on, but they win the poker cruise.
Oh.
So even if you were 5th, like the last over, you get 5th place, and you get the poker cruise, and then 1st place would get the other cruise.
That's gonna be some interesting dynamics. Because if you're chips, if there's 15 people left, and then you know, like, it's like you need to know the age of everybody because
they're gonna be their
stack
wristbands.
is too short.
They're gonna be wristbands. Yeah.
Your stack is too short. You might not want your chips to come out of play and make some moves.
It definitely changes the dynamic of it, and it's gonna be.
But you can still win a cruise if you just outlast everybody from your age group. So that's pretty great.
Yeah, it should be fun.
What's cool about poker tournaments that try new things is that you get to see it and see if people like it.
Right.
See what works. Those kinds of things.
And it's 50,000 guaranteed. So if people don't like it, at least you get some free money out of it. Right? If you're one of the ones that give it a shot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's still going to be a reasonably large field, no limit hold'em tournament with a decent guarantee. Yeah. Super fun.
I like the dynamic of let's see who's better poker player. Let's have a tournament to figure it out. The young players.
I mean, I don't think that's going to be the definitive answer.
No, it will be.
No, yeah.
Well, check this out.
There's a 50K guarantee and also a guarantee that we will definitively find out.
We have the bull, like our mascot, the bull.
I saw that. It's pretty awesome.
You can kind of see there. That's pretty cool. It's like a old bull and a young bull facing off there on the flyer. I like the flyer a lot.
Yeah, I looked at that. It's pretty great. The graphics department at Stones.
They're doing okay. They're doing okay. All right, we got a new hand shaping up here. G-Man 6'9". He's not going to play it.
You can make the argument that you could just start opening pretty light on the button, so 9-6.
I mean, with that many chips, but still
could be a thing.
I don't know.
But the way that the guys in the especially less are playing their hands is he didn't 3-bet shove King Jack. He called a bet, so he's calling light. Maybe the raising, bad hands on the button, just from a position raise isn't going to work out too well.
And we have a 3-bet from JA with ace queen suited.
He's got 200
and I
behind.
don't see less come on, and he does. He does the right thing. He pulls the hand here.
So going to be another Vloggers game?
There is going to be another Vloggers game. Who asked?
A Pico.
Yes, very exciting actually. It's unofficial. I mean, it's official, but it's unofficial, like not announced.
Okay.
But we are for our Spring Classic, April 13th and 22nd. We are having a young man by the name of Andrew Nemi join us. You heard of him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard of him.
And during the middle of that, when the tournaments are kind of on break and we're just running satellites middle of the week, we are planning another Vloggers game, and we already have a couple of really exciting names signed up. I'm not going to release them. I think Andrew Nemi is already exciting enough to hook them.
For sure.
But yeah, it's coming up. It's in April. I know it's still a few months away, but sit tight. We are doing a part 2 of the Vloggers game. Probably one of the more exciting games we've had on the stream, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We actually, over the next 4 months, have a lot of cool special guests. One that you are going to freak out when I tell you about. You're going to love it. And I'm not going to tell you right now, because last time I did that, you just almost did a spoiler.
Well, you showed me. I did a spoiler when you showed me the list.
Well, but you didn't do the worst spoiler you could have done.
Oh, I kept the big name.
Yeah, you kept
secret.
the really
I
big name.
noticed the big name is still secret. By the way.
All right.
That big name is going to be playing the 2550.
Yeah, he actually dropped out.
Oh!
I'm glad you didn't say anything. I'm glad you didn't say anything.
Oh no! That's it. Yeah. Wow. I'm super glad I didn't spoil that then. All right. So now it's like, oh, that's a bummer. All right. Well, there's an open seat in the 2550 game.
Yeah. I'm watching it. Thank you.
Oh, we're getting close to New Year's. You can tell because there's the cheesy weird show that I don't watch anymore on.
What's that?
television.
Oh yeah. All the
Whatever
people
the special with the
celebrating,
concerts.
There's
and
always
everything.
Times Square. It's always Times Square and the ball drop.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone? I went one year and actually watched the ball drop. I mean, I got within like 7 blocks because the crowd was so dense.
Yeah.
You couldn't get any closer.
I kind of joked with a friend, a family friend, about going.
It was crazy. No, it's worth it. It's kind of a cool experience. I did it once. I think that's enough.
Yeah. No, agreed. I'm not sure that I care or would ever try to do it. I don't know.
I think it's a cool experience to have one time, but there was a moment in the pandemonium as they're like funneling everyone through the streets away from all the action at the end, like cattle, and like people are breaking windows out of buildings and stuff, and I just thought like I might die tonight.
Yeah.
It was very nonchalant like that. It's like, oh, maybe this was the wrong decision.
I had a moment like that, like, oh, I might die. Okay.
Hey, so I'm gonna set these guys up with the toast, so we can convene with them at midnight, and we'll toast with the table, but they'll be on the delay. Obviously, it's gonna be very cool. You're gonna be on your own for about 10 minutes. You cool? Are you guys cool? That's really what I want to know.
They're gonna object.
Is our viewing audience cool with it? And then just remember, remind them, come over, remind them about the YouTube and the Twitter, and we want to give this away tonight. Don't let them slack on that. We're going to do it towards the end of the show, and make sure as many people get an opportunity to sign up for it as they can.
Got it.
All right, I'll be back.
All right. I think we're alone, guys. Now's the best part. Oh, so if you aren't 100% sure what's going on, Justin's actually going to go to the table and coordinate a early champagne New Year's toast, so that way the stream, we're on a 20-minute delay, the stream is going to catch up and we're going to do the toast together and ring in the new year here on the West Coast, which is in 27 minutes. So he's getting them all set up to do that. So you may hear like a cheer or something. That's going to be like a little precursor to our toast. To bring in the New Year. So we're back to the action. G-Man gets pocket threes. He's getting these small pocket pairs quite a bit. The blinds are still 10-20, I think, and it looks like he's going to raise. It's 45K raise, which is his standard raise at this blind level. Young Bull said, let's run down the hill and screw one. Bull said, all the bull jokes. There's actually like a pretty big bull head if you've ever been to Stones, and it's just hanging out on top of a really nice looking like brick fireplace. It's pretty sick. So JA wakes up with pocket sevens and the cutoff, facing a raise to 55,000. I didn't actually see what his action was because it kind of went pretty quick, and I was talking to you guys. It looks like he's 3-bets to 150, which was also like his sort of preferred 3-bet sizing has been a little under 3x, or I guess that is kind of like 3x-ish. Somewhere in the vicinity of 3x. G-Man's looking at his remaining stack, 233K behind. JA and Jimmy Donuts are two of the bigger remaining stacks that aren't G-Man. Yeah, just gonna let it go. So like Justin said, we are still giving away the Stones Live card protector. If you guys haven't gotten a look at it, you can see it in the corner there. Bam. And just go to Twitter. Oh, hang on. We're at the close. There you go. See it, table 11. Stones Live. Giving that away. Stones Live Poker. It's the Twitter handle at Stones Live Poker. Retweet, follow, also subscribe on YouTube, and you'll be entered for a chance to win the first given away card protector from Stones Live. Let's see. 6 players remaining. The next player out is going to get 1629 with $10,730 going to first place. They are allowed to chop after 2 hours of streams, which I think we are maybe like halfway to. Maybe we've been on for like an hour, but who knows about the chops? Maybe they won't chop. G-Man's in a spot where maybe he wouldn't really want to chop because he's got so many chips, but if they offer him a tasty deal, maybe he'll take it in time for everyone to go celebrate. I don't think they're not going to end before New Year's, so it's a little late for that, but maybe they'll get some money in their pocket to help them feel better about the fact that they're not doing that. Obviously, if they came to the tournament, they probably don't care. Jimmy Donuts is going to put in a casual raise. Looks really comfortable. This is a really fun part of the tournament. When you're at the end of the tournament, you can take up a lot of room. You go to the beginning of the tournament, they're all like 10-handed, and you're cramped in there like this, like, oh, I'm going to raise or whatever. You don't even have enough leg room because the guy next to you, it's like got like a backpack or something. I don't know. Anyway, makes it looks like he just raised probably to 45 and 50, and G-Man 65, a little bit bigger. G-Man's got ace jack in the big blind, and looks like he's gonna call. This could get dangerous for G-Man and really nice for Mr. Donuts. And it looks like, G-Man's gonna call. So maybe the flop will not shatter anyone's dreams. Not a bad flop for either player. I imagine Jimmy Donuts is going to, or he could definitely c-bet if he wanted to. He checks behind. It's a 9. That actually gives G-Man. Never mind. Doesn't give him anything. It goes check. No. G-Man checks again. Jimmy Donuts checks again. Now, it'll be really interesting to see if one of these players kind of takes control of his hand, but at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised. G-Man checks, Donuts checks behind. With a nut club blocker, I think you could probably bet there and put G-Man in a weird spot where he's got to call for a chop. But when you have nothing and you're facing the chip leader, sometimes, and you've raised pre-flop, I think most people are just happy to get out of there with chips. That would be my guess. What do you guys think? I think that if you're going to raise pre, you might want to bet one of the streets, especially with the nut club blocker, because the flush draw there on the turn, ace queen. I don't know. I probably would have bet one of those streets. one of those crazy streets. We're rounding up to about 20 minutes before New Year's, so the guys are over there. The final 6 players are over there getting ready to do the toast. It's going to show up in 20 minutes on the stream. It's pretty exciting stuff. Chop. Yeah, it is a chop finder. But that's the thing, is like, if you bet at some point, holding the ace of clubs gives you some leverage where you might be able to, like, get someone off a hand, because obviously no one's drawing to the nut flush because you've got that covered. So the best possible flush out there would be some combo of a king and king queen, king jack. Still may not love that spot. You're blocking a queen. I think you probably got a c-bet at some point. But again, when you're playing a hand against a chip leader, he's got 50% of the chips in play. It probably isn't too strange for us to just like check and just be happy to take away any money. If G-Man's not going to push us around, we may be happy to get whatever we get, right? But now donuts might think like, hey, maybe I should have bet based on how passively G-Man played that hand. We'll see. I don't know that you can really peg G-Man for a particular play style. I thought maybe he, so far the only thing I've seen that's been a little bit weird by him was a call, or somehow he ended up playing a hand with Jack Deuce offsuit from the small blind. So that seemed a little, potentially kind of weird, maybe suboptimal choice. I don't remember the exact thing, but I mean, if you're calling a limp from the small blind with Jack Deuce, it's probably just as, it's not great on some level, and then even less great if you're calling a raise with Jack Deuce offsuit. So maybe, but other than that, I think G-Man's been pretty solid. There was that weird hand where he had pocket twos, he called a raise and called a flop bet, and then folded to a small turn bet. So, chip preservation, like having the big stack, only matters if you have the big stack, right? You want to keep that big stack when you get there, especially with 6 left. If you got half the chips in play, nobody wants to tell that story where you had half the chips in play and you ended up finishing 3rd or 6th. Sometimes it happens. It's poker, and it can definitely happen. But G-Man looks like he's having a great time, smiling and laughing. So that's pretty exciting. I'm happy for him. He said that this was his first final table. I heard him saying that. He theoretically could have been saying that as like a setup, but looks like Les is gonna limp the small blind with pocket 4s, and JA's checking behind with Jack 7. Les is gonna bet, unless that was a really aggressive check. He bets the minimum. JA's in a...
I was in the future, by the way.
Unique spot. Yeah, I saw.
It was amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Future's bright, guys.
Is it? Is that just because the lights are really bright?
They were bright, yeah. They were really bright.
Super bright.
Catch me up on this hand. What's up?
JA, let's go. Oh, it was not a very fun hand.
No.
It was limp from the small blind.
I don't want to know about it then if
Check.
it wasn't fun. Did we get people are retweeting the thing, so obviously you were
yes, I mentioned
talking them into it, and they're coming over checking out the YouTube channel.
The YouTube channel.
I mean, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah,
So, we already got people blowing their little party stickers. I actually brought one for you, just so you're ready for the new year.
I don't know.
I don't want to premature, but let's save it. Let's not spoil it.
Exactly.
Should be fun, guys. Got the New Year's coming up here, 17.5 minutes, and we still got some final table action for you guys here.
That happens a lot, Mr. Smiley. I think, there's different kinds of players. Some people tighten up with the big chip lead. Some people get really loose with the big chip lead and decide to try to just crush everybody.
The more chips I get, the worse I play.
Right. Well, it sounds like you guys have a lot in common, Mr. Smiley and him. Just betting and raising way too much. It's sometimes you have to temper aggression. Like, aggression is really good, but maybe figure out some spots where maybe you can tone it down a bit.
But I mean, aggression is like key in tournaments, right? Like,
yeah, sure.
typically, but you have to pick the right spots.
You want to be the one. If you're of the chip lead, you can dictate the pace. Typically.
See, that's what somebody told me, and then I tried to dictate the pace, and they take all my chips.
Yeah.
I don't have the chip lead anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, actually.
Well, you still need to, like, I guess, make hands and
What?
Sometimes.
See, no one told me that.
Well, you don't have to make hands necessarily. You can sometimes win hands that you didn't make, but yeah, for the most part, you also have to like run good. Even in a spot like this for Gene, there are ways, coolers or other ways for him to get beaten. Chibi's in a really great squeeze spot here. Like, he's got an excellent hand. On top of the whoa, that doesn't.
Is that right? JA is all in with 10.5. Am I reading that correct? 454K all in 10.5.
No, it looks like Jimmy Donuts is going to win the hand. So what I think
something
maybe
weird happened
because
there.
it was like he would have to call all in his total stack of 450.
It said he was. All right, I don't know what happened there.
Then it showed a board.
Maybe the tech team started their New Year's celebration early. Maybe they've had a couple.
Oh, no drinking in the other booth. That's too funny.
All right, so we are at 10 and 20,000 blinds with a 3,000 ante here. And about 10 minutes left in this level, about 15 minutes left until 2018.
Pretty exciting.
Way to sell it, Brent.
I think that's me in a nutshell. Oh, pretty exciting. The new year. Wow.
Wow,
Young,
2018. Here it
More
comes.
time passing. Golly.
I remember when I thought it was a big deal that we were going to 2000. It was so exciting. It was 1999, and then it was going to be a new century.
Yeah.
But then someone told me that technically the new century didn't start till 2001.
Right, yeah.
That's the official start. 2000 is the last year of the 1900s. That doesn't make any sense, though. Three-way action. Here's a flop. And Kings come out on top here. Les with a huge lead here. Let's see if he can capitalize on it and get paid from a hand like pocket threes or 8 deuce. I don't think so.
Yeah, I can't really see it happening. I actually think it's more likely that Jimmy Donuts takes some kind of aggressive approach during this hand.
Nope.
Nope.
Quick
So, 3 limps or 2 limps and a check. I'm not sure that I love that between the... okay, that can't be right. JA has more than one big blind. JA is sitting at like 310. I don't know if... so there's like a little technical thing. So that last chip count said JA had less than a big blind, but he has 310K, roughly. So I think what happened is they registered it as he called the all-in.
Yeah, I knew something funky happened there.
But he actually folded the 10-5. So.
Guys, thank you again for joining us here. If you're watching us on Twitch, head over and check us out on YouTube as well. Subscribe to our channel. Head to Twitter at Stones Live Poker. Retweet that last tweet that has the picture of this card protector. One of our lucky viewers tonight is going to be the first one to win one of these limited edition card protectors. And we're going to decide that right at the end of the show. And we're going to pick from the people that retweeted that tweet. And we're going to verify that they have subscribed on YouTube. And if all those things line up, we're going to contact you, get your address, and send this out to you. Or if you're local, you could just come and pick it up.
Yeah.
We're right here at Stones.
Bam. So
Bam.
Jeff's in a nice spot. I think King 9 of diamonds in the small blind. First action. You can definitely do a lot of things here. What does he have? He has 12 big blinds? 12 and a half bigs. I think this could be a shove here. I mean, there's not a lot of amounts you want to raise and get raised in. But,
We have a raise, though.
Yeah, so he rakes it
40,000?
40,000.
40,000 to go.
See, now you're in a weird spot where, what do you do if you completely miss this flop? Do you just sacrifice your 40,000? You didn't completely miss it.
That's not horrible, but it's not great either.
Well, if you flop a pair after that, you don't hate it, and then
he's all in.
Wow, and
Okay.
I actually think.
What does Jeff do here? No redraw. He's hit middle pair. He doesn't have the best kicker. However, what can he put Tahoe Champ on here? I think Jeff has been a little on the tighter side, so a fold is not going to be out of the ordinary for him here. But he looks suspicious of Tahoe.
Yeah, I mean,
He asked for a count.
what's like the worst? Oh, let's see. The best possible hands, I guess, in main straight. But I mean, I don't think. Maybe.
Do you think that Jeff is thinking he has an 8, is putting him on the 8, thinking that he's semi-bluffing here as an open-ended
Maybe thinking
straight
he's
draw?
like pushing a flush draw or an open-ended straight draw. I mean, but this shove could, like, yeah, you have a 9, you have king 9. I guess it could just as easily be like ace 9. It's basically Tahoe Champ connected with the board somehow. Right. Some way he's
got to
connected
do
with the board.
something.
But you also connected with the board. Now you got to figure out whether this is another thing where this is like you're letting it happen to you. If Jeff shoves, he just wins the big blind and the hand's over.
And he's going to let it go.
Yeah. Here he
Nice
gave
little
Tahoe
scoop.
Champ a chance to win a hand that he probably wouldn't.
That's
he
one
would
of
just sacrifice the
these. This is one of these hands I would have liked to see a secret rabbit. We can do that on the tournament, where the dealer will actually put the RFID cards face down on the board, and then we can see them, but the players don't see them, so we don't affect the actual.
Right.
I mean, I know rabbits are like you're being outcome oriented, right? Which is never good.
Well, the
but
audience
it's fun.
It's
fun.
We're emotionally invested in like who gets where.
Did you ever play? I know you probably did. You're a online player back in the day, right?
A little, yeah.
Do you remember Carbon?
Yeah.
I figured either that or
Show one card, you could rabbit hunt. I think that's what made that site a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So
I think you can rabbit hunt on like Ignition or something. I don't really
What's
know.
Ignition? I never heard of Ignition.
That's one of the new like unregulated sites, or not new, but
Mr. Smiley is in the chat room. He wants to know if we're still going to be on Twitch until after the new year. I can tell you this much: we will, at a minimum, still be broadcasting on Twitch up through April. So we'll be simulcasting Twitch and YouTube.
Oh, okay, nice.
So if you don't want to come over to the YouTube channel, you don't have to. However, we'll be doing a lot of giveaways and special promotions and stuff. We will be
It'd be
talking
worth your while.
mostly to our YouTube chat for those. So make sure you check out both channels, okay?
I don't think you're the only person here, but it seems like you might be the only person chatting.
The YouTube chat so far has not been as lit as Twitch chat, but I think as more and more people find us over here, our audience is very active in the chat typically.
Yeah, we got to get some of those regs, but New Year's Eve is a time for us to get some new people too.
Tahoe Champ has shoved all in here, 328,000 with pocket threes. He's getting very aggressive. Do you think he's just kind of like over it at this point, or?
Well, 328 was what? Only like 14, 15 bigs. Similar situation to where Jeff was. You don't want to raise an amount that allows G-Man to like steal a pot from you, right? I guess, I don't know. Like if you raise some amount, G-Man calls. Threes is not the easiest hand to play post-flop.
Right. Now, I did mention earlier that leading up to the stream tonight, we have been making a lot of upgrades, and so there's a lot of things that we haven't had time to test. New microphones. We got new microphones in here and out on the table so we can hear the table talk better. A lot of things like just last minute were falling apart. Our tech team really came through, pulled it together, got the camera angles right, and I really want to give them props. Also noticing this overlay right here was custom created by one of our broadcasters, Taylor Smith, who also occasionally commentates. He's Vocal Terror on Twitch. Follow his personal channel if you get a chance. But I think he did a really great job, and I just wanted to point it out. That he made the countdown timer, he made the graphics in the background. He really did everything except put a $sign on 30K. That's the only thing he screwed up on. Everything else looks really good.
Yeah, he's over it. Yeah, he could be. But I also think Tahoe Champ is one of those guys. Looks like he's got some tournament experience probably under his belt.
He hasn't completely given up.
Comfortable shoving. I don't think he's like giving up necessarily.
He's picked a range, and he's shoving with a range. Right.
15 big blind shove with a from the small blind is not unreasonable with a whole lot of your potential hands. So
G-Man continues to run good, waking up here with pocket J's.
Pocket Jays.
Pocket Jays.
E30 Fanatic just got out of work at 2 a.m. here in Orlando, Florida. Happy New Year, E30. Welcome home. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. If you just tuning in, we are giving away a unique See You at Table 11 Stones Live card protector. Hang on, I'm going to get it out of the case so you can see it without the glare. Is it already out? Okay, bam. Stones Live card protector.
They're very
cool. And all you got to do to get that is follow us on Twitter if you don't already. It's at Stones Live Poker. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and retweet the tweet, and you are entered.
YouTube,
since you're in Orlando, Florida.
Subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitter, and retweet the tweet.
3 steps.
And one person's going to be selected from the retweets, a U.S. resident, to get this for free. Or if they just want to play anyways, they get selected, they're out of the country, and they can pay for the postage, and we'll ship it to them. That's their choice. If not, we'll pick someone else.
Yeah. Well, E30 Fanatic, you can get in on that if you want.
Absolutely. Orlando, Florida. Card protector could be coming out to you.
It's got some orange in it. It feels very Florida-y.
Way to sell it. Way to sell it, yeah.
The gray versus orange kind of thing is pretty awesome. There's an Australian rules football team that has this gray and orange.
These turned out really good.
Yeah,
they look really great. Yeah. I mean, I'd be proud to have this protecting my cards.
Right. Twice. You'd be proud to have 2 of them protecting your cards. Oh, here we go.
All right.
Well, I don't know. G-Man might be. Gut shots aren't that great, but he might peel one. JA looks like he's going to make half the pot, though. Defending the big blind with Jack 10. Completely reasonable defend. Ooh. G-Man's thinking it through. Now, see, in the spot where maybe G-Man has like the ace of clubs or some club kind of blocker, might be easier to continue.
Which is 60K. He's just trying to. Can I get anything out of him? Right.
Well, it's a half pot bet if your bet sizing isn't necessarily dependent on your hand, right? Like the strength of your hand. If you're, you know, there was a. Well, I think I talked about this with Veronica once, but someone said that people's like donk bet range is never that big. It was Jack 10, right? So if Gene had decided he wanted to raise, JA would have been in a pretty interesting spot, just because that's probably the top of his range that he's leading into G-Man with, right? Is a second pair bad kicker or so-so kicker. I mean, given how short he was, it might not have folded, but those are interesting spots. Like you can see, like would he lead with ace king there? He probably wouldn't flat the big blind with ace king.
So the blinds are up on this hand, and is in the process of being updated there. But it is 30,000 with a 4,000 ante now, and we're going to get that clock back up for you guys in just a moment. 30,000 blinds, 4,000 ante. We are in the first hand of the new level.
Well, even more
almost 3 minutes until the new year. Are you ready for this? Are you ready to leave 2017 behind and move into 2018?
Yeah.
Did you know this is the 3rd year of Stones Live we're entering now?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah. It feels like just yesterday we did our first stream.
Nice. That's time flies.
Yeah. So JA with Queen Jack, and it looks like he's
just gonna collect the blinds.
I'm not sure what happened there.
I think Jimmy Donut's probably just
I think what
really
happened
fast.
here is that I walk over here with a bottle of champagne and distracted everybody.
Right, yeah.
So what we did
Bad influence.
is we did pause the clock for just a moment so that we could get the 2 minutes, get them set up with the champagne, and do a toast. Now, I'm gonna do some New Year's toasting inception here because I'm gonna take a toast here.
Oh wow!
And we're gonna toast.
Bro, you're gonna break the time-space continuum.
We're gonna toast. Yes. Well, that's the intent. So let's get ready. We're 2 minutes away, and you guys at home, if you have some champagne or some wine or vodka or tequila, go ahead
something
and
toastable.
Get ready. We would like to have you toast along with us, and just a quick break here to bring in the new year. What do you think? Do you drink alcohol?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Put us up on the big screen and show everyone that we're about to drink on the clock.
We got a minute 50 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone knows
this
we're about
is
to
the
drink
first
on the clock.
For me. I'm very excited. I've only heard about this.
All right. You've only heard about drinking on the clock?
Only heard about drinking in the booth. Yeah, exactly. Right. I have no personal experience with
Tonight, Brent, you are going to be a rebel.
That actually reminds me, I didn't clock in.
Oh, well, you're okay then. You're okay.
Technically, I'm not drinking.
Well, he's not technically breaking the rules. Oh, too early.
Yeah, well,
does it make noise?
Too early. Speaking
it
of,
doesn't really make noise.
Never too early.
So yeah, there's that Omaha tournament. Also, I kind of wanted to talk about this, and we've got a minute and some change to kill. But this right here is a really fun tournament that we've done every year since we've been open. It's a Super Bowl, not Super Bowl. It's the big game. It's the Super Game tournament.
How dumb is that?
It's pretty.
Wait. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
$125 buy-in, 12,000 in chips, 20-minute levels. It's a normal tournament, right?
Right.
It's a totally normal tournament, except every time a team scores a touchdown, $50 cash pot splasher on every table. And every time a team scores a field goal, $25 cash pot splasher on every table. Whole new dynamic to the tournament. It's a lot of fun. February 4th, the big game Sunday at 3:30. We can't say the other word.
Yeah.
Put that on your calendar. A lot of great events. And here we go. 20 seconds left to the new year. You got your streamer ready. We're gonna do a countdown. Celebrate with our viewers. Get ready, guys.
Oh, it does make noise.
Some noise. Ready?
Sounds like a broken harmonica.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. The camera's going crazy. Happy New Year's, everyone. 2018. Here it is. Prosperous 2018. Was I supposed to drink the whole thing?
Oh wow! Whoa!
You only took a little sip. Okay, it's on the big screens. It's on the big screens all over.
Yes.
You're fired.
I've been baited.
I joke about that.
It was a sting.
Just in case he really we set him up. All right, Happy New Year, everyone. You can hear the room's going crazy. We're having a good time. The table's toasting. We're toasting.
Cheers, guys.
We appreciate you being here. Moving into 2018. Very excited. Big things coming for Stones and for Stones Live. And now we're going to be getting back to the game.
And by that we mean Chris Moneymaker, big things. Well, not physically big things.
Chris Moneymaker, Jonathan Little, Andrew Nemi. I will tell you, Kevin Martin is coming, and someone so big that I can't even announce them yet.
You can tell me after?
I don't know.
Oh wow! I'm gonna keep drinking then.
Happy New Year's, guys.
Wow.
All right, we got...
I feel like you're supposed to chug champagne.
I thought that's what we were supposed to do. Awesome, guys. All right, here we are, back to the game. Got the hand coming back out.
But it can't put it. All right. Wow, it feels totally like a totally different tournament. Tahoe Champ's got pocket aces and a stack that's like legit shovable. He doesn't shove. It's a 15-30. He could definitely shove his 12 big blind stack.
This is his chance. This is his big chance.
But this is what we were saying too. Like he's betting half. What?
Oh, come on.
Get out of it. I mean, it doesn't matter. This is absolutely a situation where...
I mean, they would both get it all. They're both going to, no matter what happens,
he's going to get called. He raises, he's going to get called. Like, he might get shoved on. Wow. That's just nutty. G-Man just goes all in, I think. Or he stated a number. I don't think he went all in. It doesn't even matter, actually.
He just called.
No. Oh, 3-bet min raises to 160. What?
All in. Oh, wow.
Here, G-Man thinks he's being sneaky, but it's just going to play out the way it was going to play out regardless.
Yeah, no matter what, no one's getting away from this unscathed. And really, I mean, it just comes down to luck. It's going to go one way or the other.
Yeah.
It's all in.
I don't know how to understand. It's the first cooler of the year.
Yeah. Well, we don't know yet. We haven't seen
It's super
a
cooler because Steven does have a ton of chips.
It's
only 12 big blind.
Yeah, and this is Tahoe's tournament life.
Yes. And if you've got a lot of things going for him, he has the best hand, and he's up against Kings in Sacramento.
Good one.
So,
very good.
So a lot of things going for him. There's a little bit more than just that 80-20 going on. It's probably closer to 90-10. And then as soon as I say that, all clubs, no club, he doesn't have a club. So
Great flop for Tahoe champ. It's looking good.
yeah, good. What do we want for a sweat? A 10 or something? Oh,
Another queen. It's 2 kings is all he has to fade on the river. And
it hurt them like a demon.
do they have to be?
That's a bad beat, man. Hey, it's still 2017.
Unless they're coming from way behind to
That's
bust
the
them
beat
out
of the night.
turn.
That's
Wow.
a tough one.
Jeez.
So
I thought there was no way that was happening, but now G-Man is
You know
like,
what?
blessed. Yeah, that sound is the sound that Tahoe made when that king hit the river.
Sorry,
it was just
Tahoe
like
champ. What could you do? What could you
I
do?
can't even do it.
2 outer on the river.
No, you can't do anything there.
You
That's
get
just
your
a
money
stage
in,
of the tournament where you
move
need
forward.
you need things to align properly, and G-Man's got those going on right
Oh
now.
man, yeah. This might be G-Man's night.
Well, it picks up another 12
Not
gigs,
going
yeah.
home empty-handed. $2,225. He's 6th place.
Yeah, 629.
Tahoe champ,
don't win, huh?
$1,629. And Mr. Smiley jumps in the chat room here on YouTube.
I know, right?
Says Kings don't win, huh?
We all knew it.
They do sometimes.
Apparently, they do sometimes.
Wow, that is definitely the most brutal hand of the night. Because, I mean,
Yes, yeah.
he's ahead the whole way. He gets it in good. He's all the way.
Well, the river.
Dirty river.
Getting beaten on the river is one of the things. It's like a rare thing that really only exists in poker. But it's sort of like, depending on the situation, like the card coming on the river that changes the outcome of the hand is like a very dramatic kind
It's like
of
5% of the time it happens every time.
No, I just think it's like, it's a need. It's like, it's something that's specific to poker.
Skirmisher, perfect comment. First bad beat of the new year.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, like I'm trying to think.
Happy New Year!
Yeah.
We got lots of Happy New Years in the house tonight.
What's it like? I'm trying to think of like, you know, in any tournament, like just this kind of drama is kind of unparalleled. You don't really get it anywhere.
This is why poker is such a great game,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, like, yeah, it's like this. They're playing. It's like $8,000, but the same thing happens on every level of poker.
Yeah.
For every amount of money conceivable, you know, it's like, and it just,
and it's crazy because sometimes as a player sitting at the table, like you can feel it coming, you know? There's like one card left, there's only one out, and you're like, oh, I just know it's coming, and it does.
yeah, it's sort of like I don't know. It definitely, I don't know. He could have gotten away from those aces.
You're flustered and you're not even in the hand.
No,
you
no,
didn't
no.
even get bad beat.
You know, it's like, hey, what's
Happy
up?
New Year, Ray.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like G-Man's got a lot going for him right now.
I just missed this why his founder said he busting your balls, but he said he could have gotten away from those aces.
The situations are completely different.
Totally different. I will give you that. As much as I don't want to give you that,
12 big blinds, not 800,000 chips.
Oh man.
2 levels ago. But I get, yes, that was a good one.
That by far is the dirtiest river of 2018. Right?
Oh yes, we're gonna have to start the river cleanup project right here on Stone's Live. I think Tahoe might be changing those bumper stickers to keep the river blue.
I think these guys all need to just give G-Man first place and chop the rest.
If it was before New Year's and they could all get home and celebrate with their loved ones, then I'd say yes, great idea. But now they're like,
look at this, Jeff all in. We don't see his hand yet, but G-Man wakes up. Oh, it's King 6.
Wakes up with King 10.
No. I think the reader's wrong. Pocket aces. He has pocket aces. The reader was wrong. G-Man
so
flipped over
G-Man
aces.
has
Yeah, watch him
okay.
flip his hand over. It's Jeff shoves with King 6, and G-Man wakes up with aces again.
Jeff has, what does he have, 5 bigs? King high, and the small blind into the big blind. Totally reasonable shove. I think.
And this is just G-Man's night, man. 2018 is his year. He's owning it.
Yeah, he's killing it. He's actually, if he wins this tournament, he'll be the most successful player in poker.
First final
For
table.
2018.
First victory.
Well, I mean, we're calling it. Don't call it too prematurely.
I don't know. I think you could safely call it right now. Dude's got over half the chips in play.
It's got a lot of the chips.
Over half.
Yeah, well, he had half like a while ago too, but he's been running pretty good.
Brent, now he's over half.
He just picked up 15 big blinds, so he's not in like a.
Absolutely amazing. Guys, don't miss your opportunity to be the first viewer ever to get one of these limited edition Stones Live card protectors. They're really cool. Say Stones Live on this side. See you at table 11 on the other side. If you're in the US and you retweet the most recent tweet at Stones Live Poker on Twitter and follow us on YouTube, you may be randomly selected tonight to win this. Now, I know from experience doing this before, we won't actually announce the winner on the stream. We'll go pull all the names when we're done. We'll do a random draw, and then we'll tweet it out within like 30 minutes of the time we're done streaming. So watch for that. If you're the one that's selected, you're going to need to direct message me, get your address so I can get this out to you. Or if you're close by, you can just swing in and grab it from me anytime. I practically live here.
That's not an overstatement either.
It's really not.
I'm actually surprised every time I come in here and Justin isn't here.
Right. I started at 8 a.m. today.
Jeez.
Now, I will tell you, I did leave for 3 hours in the middle of the day.
Okay, yeah. You gotta have some me time.
Little
or
me
some you time. I'm not sure why you would have some me time. You would.
I need some Brent time. Yeah, it's true.
I mean, most people don't know they need it, but they probably do.
E3 Fanatic, thank you, buddy. Make sure you didn't just retweet, but you need to subscribe here on our YouTube channel.
We have 3 thumbs up so far for this
nice.
live broadcast.
And no thumbs down, yeah.
Now someone's gonna thumbs down just because you said.
Oh, you jerks.
Jinx. G-Man's.
And whoa, G-Man's
laying
got
it
some
down.
cards that he...
Wait, did he just make it 2? Okay, no, I think he's cashing. No, maybe not. What is he doing? Just makes it 150,000. 5X's. Oh, but he's calling a raise. No, he's not. He's 3-betting.
I'm just going to sit back while you figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That makes sense.
Oh,
aces again.
What the heck?
Well.
His aces again?
Oh, see you at table 11 is the table that the stream is on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the number.
We have 17 tables in here. The Stones Live table is table number 11. It's just like if you went in a restaurant, like every table has a number. You might not know it as the customer, but that's what like the staff refers to it to, you know, get you your food or your drinks, or in this case, your chips or your seat. To go to table 11. If you're playing on Stones Live, we'll see you at table 11. You like how I did that? We'll see you.
Table 11.
What do you think of that Splash Pot super game tournament?
Super big game.
Cool tournament, right?
Train. Yeah.
It's always got a great turnout every year we run.
It sounds like a blast. I think in general, like football games at Stones are kind of fun. It's the splash pots.
Yeah, we do a lot
with
of
the touchdowns and everything. Yeah,
right?
So the big football game at Stones.
Yeah,
it'd be fun. I mean, the
super game.
You got food, you got beer,
beer,
all the party prep you don't have to do. Just show up, and if you come here a lot, all your friends are here anyway.
Us clean up your mess.
Yeah, exactly. Well, don't get them Neither of us is going to actually have to clean up the mess.
I'm at a friend's house that does like a home poker league, and this guy really nicely gets up and he's like, hey, just a reminder, guys, this is someone's house. It's not a casino. Don't throw your trash on the floor. Like, don't piss on the toilet seat. And when he got done, I immediately stood up and I'm like, and please don't do that when you come to the casino either. We really appreciate it.
Just I want to recipe. Matt, anybody who's a sub to this YouTube channel, regardless of how long you've been a sub, is eligible to win.
Yes, that is correct. If you've already subscribed to YouTube, you've qualified there. If you've already followed Stones Live Poker on Twitter, you've qualified there. All you have left to do is retweet the tweet that has that picture. It's the most recent tweet up there. We have 4 players left at this final table. Over 10K up top. That's not
almost 11
change. I mean,
2,200 guaranteed from this spot on.
What would you do if you won 10K tonight? What would you do with the money?
Nothing?
Nothing? Okay, that's exciting.
I don't know, just hold it and eat Postmates all the time.
I would plan a trip. I would go somewhere.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I got a couple work things in January, February, but maybe.
What about Rome?
I would actually,
I've never been to Italy. Have you been to Italy?
I have not, no.
I would like to go to Rome and Milan and Venice in one trip. Just hit all 3 cities.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I've always wanted to see Venice, and it's not going to be there very long because the oceans keep rising.
That's a good point. Better get it while you can.
Jimmy Donut's getting it in with pocket 10s, and J.A. had already raised from 30,000 blind up to 65, and Jimmy Donuts looks like we got about 180,000 maybe. I'm guessing right now. Let's see what's going on at the graphics catch-up, and it's going to be enough to take it down. He shows his 10s.
Yeah. Unfortunate, because Queen 9, 4-handed, small blind is totally reasonable open.
Reggie says he wants a reservation at table 11. Reggie, check out our Twitter feed at Stones Live Poker. There is a calendar posted, maybe 4 or 5 posts back for January and February games. Find out the games that you want to play. My number is on there. Text me, let me know. I'll let you know if there's any seats available. I will tell you guys this right now. If you want to play in Stones Live games, let me know as soon as humanly possible. Because these games, the small games are now booked up 2 to 3 weeks in advance. The big games are 4 to 5 weeks in advance now. And like that 25-50, I've got 2 full games. I'm starting a list for a 3rd game right now.
Dang.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big night here on January 5th.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff.
With pocket 2s, 30K if he wants to call you is under the gun here.
He's got 3 bigs. This is one of those spots where it's like you gotta make him stand at some point. Is this the point where he's gonna make a stand? It doesn't look like it. No, wait. I guess.
I think he just called, and it looks like J.A., who we haven't seen his hand yet. It does look like a raise is coming in from him. 85,000, I believe.
That's a pretty, I mean, you really going to call 30K a fold with only 78 behind? I mean...
And that's going to be enough.
I guess so.
J.A. had ace-8.
Did he fold?
No, J.A. scooped the pot with ace-8. He raised less folded deuces.
Yeah, okay.
Would you have folded deuces there?
Did Les have first action?
Yeah, and he just called. He limped 30,000.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't have limped. If I was playing, I would have just
under the gun, you would raise with deuces? Oh,
wait,
because of his stack, you would have put it all in.
I mean,
the small stack size, you're not
limping. You only have 3 big blinds.
You're shoving deuces.
I think deuces is fine.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. I mean, what else are you going to get? You really think it's going to get that much better from the big blind?
I don't know. I mean, whatever he's doing is good. He's made it to 4th.
True.
Just popped over to check out the Twitter chat, and we got a viewer from Finland. What's up? Welcome.
Oh, nice.
Yes, Abzor, you have to sub on YouTube and retweet and follow Stones Live Poker in order to qualify for a chance to win the card protector. So once again, the 3 qualifications are sub on YouTube, follow Stones Live Poker on Twitter, and retweet the last tweet that has the picture of the card protector.
Good news is, if you're new to YouTube, I don't know, is it's free to sub on YouTube.
Yeah.
Unlike Twitch.
No, you can.
Twitch subs are paid.
You can follow, but
yeah, you can follow. Yeah, so a sub on YouTube is effectively a follow. Some of the channels, I guess, have like monetary things on. G-Man mixing it up with the 8-4. I mean, pretty ambitious, but
Beluco 31 in our YouTube chat. Thank you so much for that correction. He said that he didn't even call the deuces.
Yeah, that seemed more likely just based on the because like you're limping and then folding, leaving 2 behind that. I don't think most people are doing that.
So Les is all in here. 44K. He hit the 6 on the flop.
Now, like facing a raise, I guess you might be able to make an argument for folding 2s, but realistically, heads up. I mean, you're not going to get many better hands.
G-Man's thinking here, and I mean 8-4. What's he thinking about? I mean, he's just thinking about the price is so small. But,
yeah, but
I mean, with 8-4,
nothing.
yeah, 8-4.
I like that G-Man's thinking about it in context of what's in the pot, not necessarily what's in my hand, right? Like, I don't know how he got himself into this spot.
You have a hand like 8-4,
limp check. He bets
and it costs you almost nothing to call, but you have almost 0 chance of, like, why even give the chips away?
I mean, you kind of left yourself, like, there's not a lot. I don't know. It's 14,000 to call.
Yeah,
it's such a small percentage of your chips. But if you're not going to call the bet, then don't bet.
Right.
You might as well just put them all in.
Agreed.
on the flop there. Especially, yeah, that was kind of weird. You don't give him an extra 14,000, but at this point, I think 14,000 is irrelevant to both players. I guess 14,000 means a lot more to Les than it does to.
Is there a tournament we haven't talked about yet? There is, but it's way out on February 19th. It's President's Day. It's like 7 weeks away, but it's a win the button tournament.
With bounties,
win the hand, you win the button. Yeah, $100 bounties,
That
30,000
sounds
guaranteed. And also, it's not on the flyer, but a fun little fact about this one. Jonathan Little will be here doing the commentary for the final table.
Oh, wow, nice.
So February 19th, President's Day. It's a Monday at noon, a rare noon start time.
Yeah, but
win the button,
Monday.
bounty
Most people have that day off.
They should. It's holiday. Yeah. Any government job, banks. I mean, banks, like somebody like farts and it's the bank gets a day off. Like.
That's fun.
Banks are off. Bank workers are off for everything.
Yeah, I agree, G-Man. Betting 30 and folding for 14 more. It's kind of like, we get why you did what you did.
Yeah, but I mean, he knows he's just giving that last 14 away. It's silly.
But why bet then?
I agree with that part.
If you're just going to fold when he calls or raises. Like, are you going to bet the remaining 14K?
But let me ask you this. With 3 million chips in play, are you going to question the method of the man that has 2 million of those chips?
Yes.
He's doing something right.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
His good buddy Armin just handed him 800K. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, he could have put in the 14, maybe he gets an 8, but I mean, he's looking at his hand, he doesn't know he needs to hit anything.
No, yeah,
he just knows I have nothing.
And I just like, if you're gonna, in any situation, regardless of what your hand is, if you're betting 30,000 and folding for 14,000 more, if you're gonna fold, betting was wrong. and if you're folding after you bet is wrong. And it doesn't even, like, at that point it's irrelevant what you have.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he still has a chance to win the hand with the 8 high.
But he doesn't know that. He's looking and saying, I have no draws, I have no pairs.
So he should have just folded.
This guy, like, literally has maybe 3 potential hands I can beat.
Right. Yeah, true. Now he's in a good spot with ace-10 from the big blind. It looks like he raises after Jimmy Donuts limps, which I like because, I mean, obviously he's got a hand that he's going to probably raise with most of the time, but raising in that spot's not bad. Can you set that over there? I just feel like having to knock it down.
Would you like another glass?
I mean, sure.
Well, you're not on the clock, right?
I'm gonna live this up. Bankers are notoriously gassy. That's why. This is
good to know.
Good one. Oh wow. I'm gonna sip this one.
Can you still do commentary and drink champagne?
I'm not a ventriloquist, right? Those guys can do that, right? Aren't they able to drink?
No, they can drink.
Still throw their voice?
Yes. A good one.
I mean, imagine if you're a ventriloquist, you probably do your fair bit of drinking. Boom!
Right. I don't get it. Just like a mime.
Like
Same
alcohol?
thing.
No, I don't know. I'm gonna say there's not a lot of things, or a lot of times people offer you free champagne, so you just say yes. Yeah. Pulls his finger. All right, so Les goes all in. Only 44,000. You gotta call this again. I think if you're raising, you should just be shoving.
Now the way G-Man's running, though, I think he's gonna win.
I don't necessarily. Yeah, I mean, either way, like King 8 suited, small blind into a short stack in the big blind. When you have so many chips, I think that's a completely reasonable shove. King Jack offsuit is among the better hands.
Oh, so 2 hearts.
Yeah.
There's a start.
Runner.
He needs 8 hearts. You can see. Oh, there it is.
Over.
Okay, over.
No drama.
That went so quick. Yeah, we didn't even get to like have a sweat. Or like, oh, I wonder if it's gonna come. It was like boom, 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 boom. Hearts.
Wham! The turn was down
It's
before
over.
we even got back to the board. So 3-handed, G-Man's gonna have close to 80% of the chips in play.
I'm listening on the table talk, and as he walks away, he says, "You know, it's a skill game, but you need a lot of luck too." You should have one of these earpieces so you get.
Lance got me one.
We've got new microphones on the table.
Yeah.
And you can hear the table talk crystal clear. How about you guys at home? Can you hear this table talk? They're like, if you shut up, we can.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no, that's a good reason to get the earphones, so I can tell when
so
they're
you
talking.
know when to shut up.
Exactly.
But actually, Lance turns us down when there's something interesting on the table anyway.
That was something
because we don't know how to
that's
shut up. We just talk
that's true.
nonstop. Blah blah blah.
That was something David Tuckman shared with me. He's been out here. I did a thing. Was just like, especially when you can hear what they're saying, just kind of let them talk.
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, it's less for us to do.
Yeah, we'll just sit here and look good, which I mean, we're good.
Yeah,
at.
I mean, I
We're
tried.
really good.
I tried to catch up.
I like the bow tie, by the way. I meant to say it earlier.
No, thanks.
Looks good. Yeah, it's really sharp.
I'm here for all your barbershop or ice cream needs.
Do you do barbershop quartet type stuff?
I mean, I have in the past.
Can you sing a bar for us?
No. I mean, I'm just, I'm not a solo artist.
Oh, yeah, you need 4.
Yeah, exactly. My band's in the back. Hey guys, no, I'm just kidding.
And they pop out.
Just Taylor and Lance's heads pop up. You can't even see it because
154 players start this tournament. $300 buy-in on New Year's Eve, 10 a.m. 39,000 to play for in the prize pool. 3 players.
I love that he's
remain.
got so many chips. He's got like an entire stack of chips in a different seat.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't even need these till later.
These are my backup chips.
And we do have the player count there. Says 4. I assure you.
Oh,
it's
Jack
3.
7. I think
Graphics
is
just taking a moment to catch up for you
completely
guys.
reasonable. Open
3
three-handed.
players left.
J shove.
Jack.
Standard
some
shove.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It doesn't shove. Sorry.
90-ish. Looks like 90, and that'll take it down. You're gonna see a lot of
I guess you
these
got 400K.
pre-flop aggressiveness. I think 3-handed. You know, people just get something decent and they just go with it.
Yeah. I mean, he's got 400K, so he's got, 13 or 14 bigs. And Jimmy's got a little bit more than that. It wouldn't be that weird to see their only move be shoving at this point. There's not a lot you want to, with that many blinds.
Yeah.
Considering how many chips G-Man has, you want to get your max. But he'll probably open a7 here. I guess if you're making it like 60, I don't know that you need to make it like 90. You made it 100. I think if you're not gonna shove, 100 is a bit much to make it, personally. Because that is a big chunk of your remaining stack.
Yeah.
If you make it 70, you're saving yourself at least one big.
Was that new, like it used to be, like the 3x was the standard open, 3x big blind, and now it's like
I think 2.5x has become like the consensus.
and it helps over
but
the
a
long
lot of people
run.
too say like later in the tournament just min raise them.
When the chips get so big, right?
Yeah. It's going to effectively serve the same purpose, right? You're raising.
Yeah.
Like, you're at a stage in the tournament where the guy's not just going to, like... I mean, you're going to get called from the big blind fairly often, but that's pretty standard move.
Flounder says, what should the small stacks be doing? Hang on and move up? Not 3-handed now. Like
I think you gotta
3-handed,
push
you
it.
should be shooting for first.
I don't know that you're going to be able to do much with G-Man having so many chips. you have a chip stack that has potential to put a big dent. I really like this 3-bet from G-Man. He's like, you know what? If you're not going to shove, like if he had shoved, G-Man's maybe calls ace deuce suited.
He's completely in control of the table.
Yeah,
100% now.
Yeah, and that's why you have to shove. I think you bet a lot to where folding kind of hurts when you only have 400 and you bet 100. Folding kind of hurts a little bit, I think. So if you're gonna do it, I think you should shove. I think Jimmy Donuts, he's got like 17, 16 bigs. Maybe he's not gonna shove just because.
Oh, we were big.
I know. I don't know. I was like, did you do something? Hey,
I don't have control over that.
Anyway, Jimmy Donuts.
Hey guys, just a heads up, if you want to be one of the first Stones Live viewers to get one of these card protectors, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter at Stones Live Poker, and retweet the last tweet that has it. And you need to do it before the tournament ends. Once the tournament ends, that's it.
Now it couldn't end at any moment, right? Have they reached the point where they could chop?
Yes, they are allowed to chop now. They've played 2 hours. So just a heads up, if you want to be part of that, and there's not that many people that have done it, so it's a good chance that you'll be the one that's randomly picked. And if you're in the US, we'll send it out to you. If you're not, we'll give you the option to pay the postage to get it if you're outside the US. And if you don't want to do that, we'll pick someone else until we find someone that is. Fair?
Fair. See, totally fair. So the third place has $4,491 locked up, $10,700 and change to first. G-Man didn't 3-bet A7 there to Joey Donuts button open. So I wonder if he has a feel for JA's range more so than maybe Jimmy Donuts' range.
I mean, Jimmy Donuts and JA now are, I think they're both just kind of trying to muscle for second place because G-Man is like king of the mountain, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have to get lucky if you're one of these two guys in terms of you need a double, at least one, probably 2. I mean, obviously you need more than 1 double, but the first thing is you need to like double. And now he shoves, but now he's got a good hand, right? When he doesn't, like a hand he wants to see.
Yeah, see, 3-handed, that you can't sit around and wait for that. Like you're taking blinds.
I'm just saying, like his previous hand that he raised, where he only raised like 100K, could have been a shove, and then a shove would have actually taken it down.
You really have to widen your range, I think is what you're trying to say, right?
I just think
you can't wait for pocket nines.
I just think you're in a dangerous spot if you're going to bet a fourth of your stack and fold when you have an ace 3-handed. Right? And you're allowing G-Man to like bully you a little bit, I think.
Just because you're scared of losing second place, not getting third, right?
Yeah, I mean, what's the difference between second and third? It can't be that big. I think it's like 44 to 6. It's like an extra 1,800 or something.
Yeah, 49-ish, I think, for third, and up to 60, maybe 66 for second. It's scrolling up here. We'll see it in a moment.
So it's like G-Man limps, J shoves. Pretty standard. I don't even necessarily think I like the limp from G-Man. You can fold every once in a while, so it makes your limps look stronger, but I guess if you have enough chips, you can limp. And then if you're limping like a decent amount of your range, then you're going to be fine. We're winding down, so they could, well, only 3-handed, so this could end at any moment. Oh, G-Man, he's 10 of clubs. Great job. Pretty simple. Maybe raise. Now you could even shove as G-Man because.
Do you think he should be?
Like
G-Man should be being more aggressive right now.
I think he's being plenty aggressive. I do think he doesn't have to pick an amount to raise. He could just shove. They're so short relative to his stack that until one of them doubles, he could probably just shove every button. Or shove every time it folds to him.
So if I was him and I had his chip stack, I would be much more aggressive. But I also previously stated as well that when I
that
get
it hasn't worked out too well.
That I play very poorly.
right, JA shoves. I like it. King 9 suited on the button. No reason to raise some amount and then fold. You only have 11 bigs. So that's probably going to be the way of the tournament for the next few hands until we actually get a shove and a call. 10,730 to first, 65.57 to second, 44.91 to third. Each of these players has at least 44.91 guaranteed. In the buy-in for this tournament was $300. It's still $300. Right?
It was 300 the entire time.
Okay, yeah. Oh, the guaranteed change, right? At one point.
I mean, no, it was, you mean previously before the price change was 350.
Okay, yeah.
330.
Well, I guess still 300 is the wrong way to say it. It's now 300. But yeah, so every month, the last Sunday tournament occasionally gets moved a little bit earlier, like in the Christmas.
It's actually only been moved one time.
Yeah,
it was when it fell
just
right on Christmas.
Day.
I thought New Year's Eve we could hit it, but Christmas I just didn't see it happening.
Yeah, what's weird is there's probably, I don't know. Nobody wants to find out.
It's hard to compete with Christmas.
See, it took me a while. The graphic in the background. At first glance, I looked at it and I was thinking, "Oh, what are those like palm trees? Golden and yellow palm trees?
They're fireworks."
I know.
Oh, it's festive.
It's one of those things where you just like your brain sees it and you don't really think about it for too long, and you're just like, "Oh yeah, palm trees." And then it's like, oh, it doesn't make any sense. I actually thought that. Like, wait, why are there gold and yellow palm trees on the thing? Occasionally, let's see. I actually rewinded my YouTube stream, but now we know why Brent doesn't drink. Exactly, right? That happened before I was even drinking. It's a terrible, terrible idea.
Are you drunk?
No.
Oh.
I mean, if I were drunk and I started to see palm trees, that could be like.
You think that the fireworks are palm trees.
Yeah.
There is that.
DA shoves King Jack. I like it. Yeah. I mean, so that's probably going to kill some of the action for a few hands until we find two hands that are worth playing for 10 bigs. G-Man can call a pretty wide range. I don't know if he will, but we'll see. We'll find out soon enough.
J.A. and Mr. Donuts there, just waiting as patiently as possible to pick their spot.
Yeah, Beluku makes an interesting
The blinds are about to get silly big.
Yeah. No, it's going to go to 2040.
Yeah, we're going to 2040 and 5,000 ante in a couple minutes. We're actually going to be on break before that, but...
Yeah, Beluga makes a good point, though. G-Man, one hand he'll fold ace-6 on the button or fold ace-7 to a raise, but then he's like 3-betting ace-deuce suited. He's got a style. It's sometimes...
Do you think he's like picking up reads on the players at the table and like picking his spots based on that? Is there
I think maybe there's something where he feels more comfortable playing against JA than he does against Jimmy Donuts.
Sure.
And I don't know why that is. I'm just basing that off of the one situation where you 3-bet him with ace-deuce suited, and then the next hand, Jimmy Donuts opens the button, and he's got ace-7 offsuit in the small blind, and he folds. Maybe it's position, small blind versus big blind. In between JA and Jimmy Donuts, he doesn't really want to get caught, so maybe he's just playing conservatively and picking good spots.
Jimmy Donut here, he does flop open-ended. And JA is going to shove all in with ace high. A tough spot. And honestly, I think that JA's aggression here is going to pay off. Even though he's technically in the lead, you can see by the percentage, only a coin flip with all of the outs, 13 of them that Jimmy Donuts has going to let it go.
Yeah, wow.
Crazy, right? Because not only can he hit the straight
I mean, if he checks, Jimmy Donuts probably shoves.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So that's he took the power away from him.
Both playing in a very cautious game, hoping to level up here.
I think JA was just hoping for that. Like, how tightly does Jimmy Donuts want to hold on to his
All right, it does
bucks?
look like we are heading to a break, guys, but don't go anywhere. We're going to hang out here with you while they go over to the table, and they're actually going to take all the black chips off the table. So now we are going to be 20 and 40,000 blinds, 5,000 ante, only 5,000 value lavender chips, and 25,000 value blacks left on the table. So it's do or die, right? This is it. 20,000, 40,000. But in the meantime, we have 10 minutes to kill. It's 2018. Let's talk about all the cool stuff that's coming up.
What's happening in 2018?
So this is actually something for our regular tournament players. If you're here, if you're a local, we do something that's really cool. I'm a big fan of it. It's a point system.
Oh, okay.
So like for 6 months at a time, we go from January to June, and then we go from July to December, and basically you play any of our regular recurring tournament schedule. You cash whatever you cash, divide that by the buy-in, that's your points. All right.
Okay.
So for 6 months we collect points. The top 120 point earners get to play in a $15,000 free roll. Right, it's not technically a free roll, it's a $20 buy-in, $15,000 price, but you have to be in the top 120 point earners in order to qualify for that. This tournament tonight is the final tournament to collect points for the last 6 month period.
Oh, okay.
So some of these guys might be just fighting for position to get on the board to be a top 120 points. So next week at 3 p.m. next Sunday, if you're in the top 120 pointers, you come in $20, play for $15,000. It's a short little tournament, 5,000 chips. You get some bonus chips if you're in the top 10. And then tomorrow, of course, we start collecting for the next 6 months. So something cool and fun we do here for our regulars. It's not something that everyone can participate in.
Because you gotta get some volume.
You have to be up there, but top 120 pointers, very achievable for any skill level tournament player.
I didn't even know about that.
Really? So it's like secret menu type thing, you know?
Yeah,
you go to In-N-Out and you get animal style, like it's not posted anywhere.
Right,
You know, I
yeah,
want
sure.
animal style. You just gotta know it's like secret menu. So we have our secret menu items here, right?
Yeah.
So Sundays, actually, every Sunday in January has something special happening. So the 14th, of course, you've seen it flash up there. We have an Omaha tournament. Very cool. Oh, check this out. We got two.
Oh, can you make it match up?
Oh, yeah.
Pull it back a little bit so the size fits.
It's hard. It's like I'm all discombobulated. So anyways, it's a one-day Omaha tournament, 5K guaranteed, $150 buy-in, 10,000 chips, 20-minute levels for the first 4 levels of registration. Then you get 25-minute levels after that. Lots of fun, lots of play. I think it's going to be a good day here. Plus, we have a regular tournament.
And I'm excited about any week that's called Omaha Week.
Omaha
That's
Week.
pretty exciting.
So you're probably going to be living here that week.
If I'm here, yeah.
I didn't. I don't think I got the flyer for this one, but
Which one?
actually the following week is the 21st. And we have a special tournament. It is a $125 buy-in. It's called No Puppies for Hussies. I'm not making that up.
No,
it's the
well,
no.
somebody made it
It's
up.
the
I
no.
feel like maybe you made it up. But.
It's the No Puppies for Hussies tournament. It is a charity event. It has set payouts. Like I think first place is like 1,000, and then 800, 600 for it. So it's just to have something to play for. But the money goes to this really great group, a local fundraising group that runs a clinic that does spay and neuter on pets free of charge.
Oh, okay.
So, and Lance ran a gospel, so I can hold up to the camera here for you guys. So it's the No Puppies for Hussies tournament, Sunday, January 21st. $125 buy-in. And I was right, 1,000 for first, 600 for second, 400 for third. So it's just set payout. It's to raise money for this very cool thing that tries to offer free spay and neuter for pets, keep the homeless pet population down. So it's no questions asked. You find a pet on the street, take it in, whatever you want to get it fixed, and they'll take care of it for you. Right. Now, the kind of fun thing about this tournament, though, is with your buy-in, you get a free appetizer buffet, and you get 2 drink tickets, which is like a drink ticket, 1 drink ticket for a glass of wine or beer, or you can combine them and get a mixed drink.
Oh, wow.
So you do your buy-in, you get food, you get drink. It'll just be a fun day. Not too serious of a poker tournament. Just something fun to come in and play around. Now,
it's like not the only charity thing that you guys are doing.
No, we try to do a lot of help out the community, give back. I mean, we have a really great platform as a casino to help the community. And one thing that I think you'll see that Stones does is that we try to focus on local. We try to help things that impact the direct area around us. So you see Lilliput is someone that we work with a lot, and they do like foster care kids, help foster care kids here in Citrus Heights, Sacramento. So it's like all these things we really try to focus on things that help us out in our community, which I think is a cool way to go. So the following Sunday after this, the 28th, is the last Sunday of January, so that'll be this tournament again here, the last Sunday of the month. And then the Sunday after that is February 4th. It's the Super Game. And we talked about it briefly. It's $125 buy-in. It starts at 3:30 on February the 4th. Normal tournament in every way except anytime during the Super Game or the football bowl or the big bowl, the big game, the last big game of the year, that we're not allowed to say the stupid name because we'll get sued for saying the stupid name on here. But that being said, the cool thing about this tournament, the thing that I love about it, is that any touchdown scored, every single tournament table gets a $50 pot splash. This is actually how we do it. Let me tell you real quick. We let all the tables complete play, right? We pause the clock. We put the $50 on every table, so all active tournament tables get $50, and then they all start the next hand at the same time. And so each table is someone that scoops that pot and gets 50. Yeah. And if it's a field goal, we put $25 on every table. Same thing. Really
still
cool.
Not that bad.
No. And
for $50 is it half the buy-in?
Guys, if you're not following along here, or if it's too much information, go to our website, stonesgamblinghall.com, or follow us at Stones Gambling on Twitter, or at Stones Light Poker. We talk about this stuff on all those all the time. This one I am really excited about. I think Lance might even have a big version of this that he could put up, and yeah, I can try and line.
Boom.
Thank you, Lance.
Yes,
first of all, I wanna point out the artwork. We briefly addressed it. I think it's very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the bull, if you ever walk into Stones Gambling Hall, you're going to see a giant bull head up on the wall, and it's kind of a staple of the poker room. Would you say? You know,
yeah.
it's like a centerpiece.
I think that's like one of the first things I noticed when I came in for the first time.
It's cool,
yeah,
right?
For sure.
Yeah. The bull's name is Twister. He actually did, before he died, he signed a release that said he wanted his head donated to a casino, to a cool casino. And so I just want all the animal rights people to know that Twister wanted
totally compliant.
He wanted to be up there on the wall. It's like when people donate their organs, right?
Right. Yeah,
he wanted to be there. So we got the bull, the old bull, and the young bull. Why, you ask? I'm glad you asked. Because on February 7th and 8th, it's a $250 buy-in. You can only play if you're 50 years of age or older. It doesn't matter how high. 120, still good. 50 and up, you're good.
I hope somebody that's 120 plays this tournament.
Me too. February 9th is a Friday. You need to be 49 and under. Now, I'm going to more specifically say between the ages of 21 and 49. Because if you're under 21, I'm sorry, you can't come in. So ages 21 to 49, February the 9th, come in. Same thing, $250 buy-in, 30-minute levels with great structure, by the way. Check it out on the website. And then Saturday, we actually have an all-ages flight, so anyone can play. Day 2, Sunday, everyone that qualifies comes back, plays their chip stack that they finished their qualifying day on. This is the kicker. 3 players from each age group are guaranteed at the final table. So if we ended up with like 3, like there's 15 players left, 3 players from the overs are there, they would bag up, go out, the rest would play down to 6 combined, and then the best player from each age group wins a poker purse. Oh. I got all of them but one, and we're back to the action, so we'll talk about that later. I think that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I deserve a raise. Someone let my boss know. And we're back to the action. Take it away, Brent.
Oh, yeah, very exciting. Well, JA is going to raise, really raising with Queen 7. I mean, any amount that isn't a shove, but I mean, now he's playing a hand against Jimmy Donuts, so maybe he doesn't want to.
We have an all in here.
Yeah, and I don't think JA is going to be pretty happy he didn't shove. So Jimmy and JA both have roughly about 10 or 11 bigs. Meanwhile, G-Man has all of the bigs. He's had most of the bigs. Look at all those plaques now. Jeez. No one else has plaques. Actually, that's not true. It looks like JA has a couple. But man. Looks like they're chatting.
Oh, we got Shop Talk. Let's listen in. Okay, so they did ask for numbers. Khan came over, gave him the numbers, and one of them I think questioned Khan because he goes, well, if you're not going to believe what I tell you, then don't ask me. and then one of the guys said, I want to play.
Quickly resumed.
Yeah. So they went back to playing. I guess they weren't happy with the numbers that were given. Guys, this tournament really could be over any moment, so if you want to have an opportunity to win the Stones Live card protector, subscribe on YouTube, follow at Stones Live Poker on Twitter, and retweet the tweet that has the most recent tweet on there, and we're going to select somebody to send this out to. They're really nice.
Yeah,
I love them.
Very sharp. Not sharp in the sense that you'll cut your finger on.
Yeah, you won't cut yourself on.
But sharp as in looks nice.
So we got a raise coming in from JA with 10-7, Jimmy Donuts pocket fours, and it is the two short stacks battling it out with each other.
See, Jimmy might be thinking that at some point JA is going to do this with a hand he won't fold. But fours in this situation, I think could totally be an easy. I mean, you're not gonna.
It's only 80K. Like, I might just set mine here and just.
Yeah, but then like, how do you approach playing post flop? Are you just trying to hit a set and fold?
Yeah.
You're just like donating 80K.
Is that bad? Am I a bad
Probably.
person?
Well, no, not necessarily bad. But I think folding is preferred to set mining. Just because, like, I think set mining would be profitable if you knew that G-Man was going to call every single time.
G-Man wasn't even in that hand.
I think, he was big blind, I think it was button. Button raise.
Still 3
fold fours in the small blind, and then G-Man.
This Reggie says, Chop Talk can't include G-Man. He should only be taking first. Let those two hash out second and third.
True. G-Man, like, there's no real reason for him to even consider it. Other than maybe he just wants to be done, or he's happy to take whatever.
He might just be a nice guy.
True. I mean,
they exist.
Being, some people would argue you could be charitable with your winnings, but not necessarily to like the people you're playing with. But you never know.
Yeah.
Looks like JA shoves and G-Man's got an ace.
So it's ace-5 versus tens? He's
debating the call.
Ace-5. I think
he's in for 100K already.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to just be giving chips away to these guys.
True, but an extra 400K if you don't really like your hand.
What?
Excuse me. I don't know what's going on. It's happened the last few times. I think it's maybe the way I'm like sitting. I'm gonna sit like this from now on. I'm a robot sent here from the future.
New dealer coming in, new luck.
To give you poker information. I think folding ace-5 is reasonable. I mean, you could make the argument that like if you're raising the button, actually he wasn't even raising, he's raising small blind into big blind. You could probably, you raise ace-5 fold. I imagine there's got to be some. JA's got enough chips right now where, him winning that hand would give him over $1 million, which would then put him like not too far away from G-Man.
Reggie says it'd be nice. They should convince him it's best for him to take third. Jedi mind tricks. I would say if you could convince him of that, like you're the real MVP here.
Sometimes people tell stories about them convincing people to give them extra money, like in the spot, like
I've seen some crazy
Jimmy
deals
Donuts be like, I got him to give me like 300. But sometimes you can make a lot of money off people who just don't want to be there anymore. Like at a certain point, like, and then those people will be like, oh, well, all we're doing is just shoving over and over again. Like, there's only luck at this point. People who are saying those kinds of things might be willing to give you a little bit more money. Like, I don't know, if you're looking to gain a little bit of extra value.
I've actually seen chop where two guys were heads up and they had almost identical chips. And the one guy said, I'm just a better player than you, and I'm most likely going to win. So if you give me like an extra $1,000 and we can chop it now. And the other guy agreed to it.
Yeah,
he just
that
agreed,
happened.
you're a better player, take more money. I'd rather just take it right now than take second place money. And for me, even if you are a better player as poker and with the luck factor, I'm probably already happy in a big tournament with second place. I would be like, screw you, let's play. And then I'm going to laugh in their face when I beat them. Is that sportsmanlike? Is that
probably not laughing in their face?
Thing? Like, right?
Yeah.
In their...
No. I'm going to go with no. We can poll the audience if you really want to.
No, I mean, I think they'll agree with you. They seem to be on your side tonight.
It's first time for everything.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, if you have G-Man's type chips, I don't really see a reason to talk chop other than you're like, hey, look, you pick the amount you want to take, and if they agree to it, let them chop up the rest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, first is 10-7. I'll take 10-4, and you guys can chop the rest up. Or I'll just take first, and then you guys can even chop second and third. Whatever. Like, G-Man pretty much gets to dictate the terms at this point. He is in a spot where if JA doubles through him, they're going to have the same chip stack. So that's not like, he's not invincible.
Can I just say something real quick? I hate chopping. I hate how popular chopping is. I hate that when players talk about playing tournaments, they talk about just wanting to make it to the chop. Like, I love seeing tournament play out. I love having a winner. I love having a resolution.
Right, right.
You know?
No, I agree. I think there's this like a value
is like the
standpoint.
culture, you know?
I think here is a little bit different than if they had like chopped six-handed. I mean, this really is, even with a huge chip lead, anybody's tournament right now.
Yeah.
So G-Man could just as easily finish third as he could first, and he's got, you know, what's it, like the difference is $6,000 or $5,600 or something like that. So I don't know.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome. Thanks.
Happy New Year.
Lot of love in the room tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. There's a decent amount of people here. I mean, to be honest, like, this is probably, if I wasn't working, I might have ended up here anyway. Because you got, you know,
That's a good spot.
You got food, you got drinks, you got people, you know, and if you come here enough, you'll know at least like a few people. If not, at the very least, the dealers will know who you are.
This is like the cheers of the poker room.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Yeah.
I started coming here more when I started doing the streams, and I noticed a big difference. Like, it's a different vibe when you come in here and people actually know who you are. It's kind of neat. I don't know. But then there's like a lot of responsibility with that too. You can't just like laugh in people's faces when you win pods.
That's lame.
Throw champagne in their face.
Stupid.
I know. Who makes those rules?
All these rules.
This guy over here.
Why can't we just have fun?
Yeah. Let's have the libertarian poker room. Where it's just like, do whatever you want as long as you're not
Let's not
hurting
get too
people.
political here. It's a new year. Let's start fresh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
There's plenty of time for that.
Yeah. Too much time.
All right, guys, don't forget, this could be over any moment. And so this is your final opportunity, potentially, maybe any minute, to be the first viewer to take home this cool Stones Live card protector. We'll be drawing at the end of the stream one random person that has done 3 things: followed our YouTube channel, or subscribed to our YouTube channel, followed us at Stones Live Poker on Twitter, and retweeted the most recent tweet that's the picture of this card protector.
3 things.
We want to give it to you. Thank you. And this pen is for you.
Yeah, I got a pen.
And we are looking here to see if G-Man can close the deal here. He's got 2/3 of the chips in play, and J.A. and Jimmy Donuts are they're trying to pick a spot where they can catch up, either knock each other out or catch up to G-Man here. I mean, it's one double up, and it's really puts him in a strong position, right?
I don't think either of the players would go for something where G-Man said, just give me first, and then you guys chop up the rest.
You don't think they would?
I don't think so. Because there is a thing that like sticks in people's where if they actually think like, oh, like I'm better. If you're gonna get first anyway, I might as well take a shot at it, right?
Right.
Which I think
agree with that.
fits in more with your style of thinking. Is it like if we're just gonna be like, if we're just gonna sit here and you're gonna win anyway, I might as well take a shot at trying to beat you.
Right, and I mean, just give you first? No, you got to give something up for me to concede right now. Yeah. Something. You can't just have first place money. I'm sorry.
No, agreed. And I don't think G-Man would ask for that, but I'm just saying like.
And then when they say no chop, and then I win, and then I laugh in their face, right?
Yeah, that's when you can laugh. Go ahead.
Okay.
Laugh in their face.
Chops.
It's so funny. I played just like a random. I think it was like my birthday, and I was working WSOP, so I went over to New Orleans, and they had like $100 PLO rebuy tournament. It was like $1,100 to first. We get down to like 10 people. Or maybe like 12. And this one guy keeps saying like, oh, when we get down to the final table, do you guys want a chip chop? And I didn't say anything until we got down to the final table. And I was like, no. There's like $1,100 to first. There's like $3,000 in the prize pool. What are we chopping? Like, no thanks. Let's just play. It's not like a ton of money either way. And then he said the thing that made me feel really good. He goes, oh, I've been playing PLO for like professionally for a long time, and nobody's gonna outplay me.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay. It's a $100 PLO tournament with like 20-minute levels. Have fun with that. Let's just play the tournament. Like, it was really funny, but it definitely made me feel way better about not chopping. They chopped as soon as I busted. But,
what spot did you bust?
Like
in?
5th or 6th. I tried to bust a few people before them. Didn't work out.
PLO's tough. Swingy.
Well, it's funny.
Look at this. JA and Jimmy Donuts again.
Ooh.
Jimmy Donuts with pocket 6s, and I think you're right, because there was a similar situation here where JA had been more aggressive initially, and then Jimmy Donuts got away with a pocket pair, and now Jimmy Donuts gets the opportunity to lead, and he does turn on the aggression here.
That's a good point, Reggie. Maybe he mentally feels like he has fewer chips than he actually has because like so many of them are sitting off to the side. But in reality, like JA doubles once, and he's only got 500K more than, and it's like 10 bigs.
I want to listen in because it sounds like they're talking a chop, which I'm not a big fan of while the hand is in play.
Yeah, action pending.
They should finish the hand first because it can affect the action. And I have to think if tournament director Khan is aware of this, he's going to.
Is there a rule against it? Is it like an etiquette type thing?
No,
or is
it's
it actually
a rule,
official rule?
Well, at least here at Stones it is.
Okay.
We do not allow chop talk until the hand's finished. You need to complete the hand and then you can talk chop.
Like you don't want him folding.
There is definitely chop talk going on here.
We're just figured second and third. We just figured since we're like
Seems like Khan's coming over.
Here comes Khan.
Is he gonna lay the smackdown? He's on camera.
After this hand, is there?
And so Khan has come over to tell them that they need to complete the hand before they can talk. And right away, JA folds the hand. So good job by tournament director Khan. Jimmy Donut shows his 6. That's like laying down the law.
Yeah.
That's his job.
Well, but it's sort of like it's sort of like that's a rule that you can.
Sorry, I apologize.
Oh, no worries.
Listen to these guys real quick.
Let me get my yes/no cards. We just have to make it official.
Okay, so the deal that they're proposing, it sounds like, is G-Man is taking first, and JA and Jimmy Donuts chopping second and third.
Haha! You did it, G-Man. It seems sort of disingenuous though if you start the conversation in the hand and you get warned and then you fold and you're like, okay, the conversation served its point. I know that I'm going to get the desired result, but it's at the same time. Yeah.
So the procedure here at Stones, for anyone that's not familiar with it, is every player now gets a card that they're going to keep face down. One says yes and one says no. So they anonymously place a decision card forward. If we get a unanimous vote that all 3 players want to do the deal they've agreed to, which is G-Man taking first, JA and Jimmy Donuts chopping second and third, 3 yes cards get turned face up, and we have a deal, and the game's over.
Yeah, I agree. We were saying that for a while. It looks like they said yeah.
And it looks like
I mean,
yes
and those
cards.
guys got it. They're chopping up like an extra.
I have the numbers here. Okay, so G-Man taking home, of course, the first place payout, which is $10,730. Way to go, G-Man.
Yes.
And
Great job, first
Josh
time out.
and James, that's Jimmy Donuts and J.A., are taking home $5,524 apiece.
Yeah.
So not a bad day of
Which is an
poker.
extra 1,000 above third place.
Above
which
third.
Is, yeah.
So, okay.
Huh.
Not bad. But
Not
below
too bad.
second place, sad.
Yeah.
See, right in between. Exactly.
It's 1,000.
It's
yeah.
exactly.
They're giving up 1,000 each
It's
way.
exactly in between second and third.
Yeah.
That's
So one of
amazing.
them would have gotten another 1,000, and the other one would have gotten 1,000 less.
So congratulations to our players. The first tournament victory at Stones of 2018 golf.
Which
Club.
means if you haven't retweeted,
That's it. The retweets are over, and I will tell you right now, there is 16 people potentially that can win. That's it. Cut off at those 16 people. As soon as we end the stream, we are going to do a random draw. Pick one of those people. We'll post it up on Twitter. Look for your name within the next half hour, and if it's you, I just need your mailing address in the U.S. and we'll get it right out to you.
Could be
guys.
you.
Congratulations if you're the winner. You got a 1 in 16 shot. We really appreciate you being here. Thanks for checking us out, all of our followers on Twitch, everyone who subscribed tonight on YouTube. We appreciate you guys being here. We are not here tomorrow. No show tomorrow. Normally we are on Monday,
right,
but
yeah,
not tomorrow.
Wednesday.
We are back January 3rd, 4th, and 5th with some big games. Chris Moneymaker in the house. Very excited. Hope you guys are here to join us. And it's Justin and Brent signing off.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, everyone.